Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. I am your host, Rex Jones. Your host here for about 30 minutes. We're going to go ahead and talk about that. But first, I want to welcome to the show, as always, Anthony Graffio, the great
What's
Anthony
up? What's
Graffio
up?
of the
Trying to
ungovernableproject.com, the finest beef tallow in the world, suet tallow in the world. Anthony, I really appreciate you being around, and like we're gonna do like 3 to 4 days a week, probably more like 3 days a week going forward. But you've really helped me incubate this show. You've been there when I needed you most. Just from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you, and that's why I always say, guys, like really support him and support what he's doing. Because like this really wouldn't be possible without Anthony right now. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Oh, of course, bro. I really enjoy it. I love being a part of this. I love being a part of the new media. I mean, not the new media, but the actual new media, like
Sure.
this underground guerrilla media that even InfoWars is like coming, well, the Alex Jones Network, whatever you want to call it now, is coming in so strong on the
Isn't
forefront.
that crazy? We
Yeah, I
can't
love
say
it.
InfoWars anymore. Isn't that wild?
It's crazy that we can't say InfoWars anymore, but the Alex Jones Network is going to be bigger than ever. So
Blows my mind. And what I was saying last stream was that the merch is so much cooler now. Like to have
yeah,
the InfoWars merch, like with the InfoWars logo on it. Like I'm all those years of like stealing t-shirts out of there. Like I must have 100. And like whenever I wear them, it's just kind of like some like dumpy I put on or whatever. Now I put on, I'm like, hell yeah, it's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
And it was always cool, but like now, it's just when they make it limited edition, it becomes a banger. So they made all that stuff collector's item, basically,
Yeah, exactly.
which is really sick. So if you're out there, and I know a lot of you guys probably have a lot of the old merch, especially from like decades ago. Y'all are the real ones out there, if you know what I'm saying. But I do have a little bit of a tough day today. My my mom's dad, he got out of surgery and the surgery went well, but he's having problems eating and he's like pretty, very much so, very old, 94. And he's still in like amazing cognitive health and cognitive shape. But the thing is like, if your life sucks and if you're not enjoying your life and you're an old guy, then like, if you stop wanting, to eat and stuff, it can be a real problem. So I'm gonna go talk to him. He's in like assisted living at the Domain right now, which I really hate, and I would prefer for him to get out of there. And I have my issues with my mom, but I really think that my mom, like she lives out in the countryside, not in the countryside, but like in like a small town, like a town of like 10,000 or under people, like 5,000 people. I don't know how many people live where she's at. I'm not gonna disclose the name of the town, but just to be a older person and be able to like be around animals, be around nature, be around the sun, really. And I mean, they kill these old people with these medications. Like
Yeah.
they'll be on like he's on like 30 different meds. And it's like you don't need to be
Jeez.
on 30 different medications. But this is what they do. They get you in the system like, okay, this is the attrition rate, this is your insurance, this is how much money you have, this is how much we can bleed you out for. And then, well, it is what it is. So I say no to that. We should all say no to that. If you have the means, if you have the ability to keep your loved ones out of like assisted living or like nursing home, like at the tail end of her life, my great grandma had to be, in a very nice place, but still a nursing home. And it's not the way you want to go out. You want to go out taken care of by your family.
For
That's
sure.
my opinion. And I've seen that a few times over the course of my life now. And I've really learned the lesson of you don't outsource care to other fucking people.
Definitely, definitely. That's a
So,
great point.
do you think the Haitian orderly cares about you? Like,
No,
seriously?
no,
Do you
they're
think
there
the
to get
Haitian
paid.
orderly is going to take care of you when you really need it? I don't think so. So, and that's not a racist thing to say, by the way. That's just a thing to say. It's like very basic. I mean, that person wants to take care of their own family, just like we should take care of our families. And, I don't know, man. It really bothers me to think about, him being where he's at right now because he really shouldn't be there. And like the place where it is, like the Domain is like a shopping mall. Basically,
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
nice. I hate it there. Tim loves it.
Oh
Tim, that's like
no, no,
it's like, oh
no.
my god, it's my favorite place ever, and I'm like, I hate this. I hate this
Yeah,
so much. Like
yeah.
I don't even like Hill Country Galleria. And Hill Country Galleria is way better.
They're trying to do like a Rodeo Drive kind of vibe and like that like outside mall with like all like the fancy stores at the Domain.
Whenever I go there, I always imagine to myself that there's a secret prison,
Like underneath.
like underground caves.
Yeah.
Oh, now we got the dog. Now we're being joined. Look, if you want this dog to get fed, if you want this dog to get walked, if you want this dog to get taken care of, I need you to go to 50percentoff.com or jonescbd.com or shroomforce.com. And I need you to get yourself some Knockout or some Dreamwave or Brain Force or any supplement at 50percentoff.com, because Rupert doesn't eat if we don't sell capsules. No, you don't eat.
I need some because I couldn't sleep for like the past couple of days. I'm like,
yeah, you were feeling a little down. What was up with that?
I don't know, man. It's just like the energy, just like everything's like just chaotic. I'm sick again. Like it's, I just need to. I mean, I'm doing everything the right way. Like I'm taking zinc, I'm taking magnesium, I'm taking everything, but they just keep on like spraying us and affecting us. I don't know if you saw this new thing, not to like bring this up because of the show, but like the hantavirus thing that's going on with this like cruise ship. Have you heard about this? Yeah. So there's this cruise ship that they won't even let dock. 3 people already died from the hantavirus, which is like a virus that comes from like rodents' urine. And supposedly now it's jumping from human to human on this boat, and it's looking like it might become like another COVID situation.
Well, keep them out at sea. It is what it is. You got to stay on the boat for at least 2 months. And,
incubation period's like a month, they said.
Holy shit. Yeah, no, we're not going to play around with that.
Yeah,
incubation period of a month?
Yeah, and it's like basically the plague. It's a version of the plague. Plagues came from fleas onto rats. This is just like straight up rats.
So this is like a bubonic plague type of thing.
It could be very bad. And the WHO's already getting involved with it. It's like, yeah, they're trying their best to kill us, man.
Wow.
They're trying their best.
Well, I was just like, Pete Hegseth just did a press conference about the war. But now we got this. Oh my gosh, it's a big news day. You guys are going to want to stay tuned. If you enjoyed the show last week where my buddy Jack Hemphill took over for me, you're going to enjoy it again today. Him and Anthony are going to lead you down quite a rabbit hole of new ideas here, and also new clips you haven't seen yet. And I prepared a cut sheet that Jack has access to. I'm going to go ahead and share it with you too, Anthony, so you can go ahead and see it and add to it, which is super important because I know you always have amazing clips and news updates that you want to throw in there. I just shared 5'5" with you, the document, and also my real height. If anyone ever meets me, I'm 5'4". This is true. I'm a 5'4" man, and they say there's a problem to be 5'4". I said, look, when I was born, I was a 10-pound baby. Suddenly I ended up as a 5'4" old man. How did that happen? It didn't happen. Not 5'4". But I just added you to the document, so you'll be able to throw in any clips instead of DMing if you want to do it, and that might be easier.
Okay, where's that at?
It's a Google Doc. I just sent it to you. But I'm gonna read some comments real quick.
For sure.
Keg's breath. That's pretty good. For Hegseth.
Oh yeah. I like that.
It's a keg party. Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. It's just I pay like 8 to 10 grand a month right now on business expenses and postage and God knows what. So I'm trying to get a couple hours of my day.
You guys got something in the garage now, though, right? You guys built a little.
I had something in the garage for a while, but yeah, I know. I get it. Okay, guys, I understand. Thank you for the advice. I believe the cartel is trafficking drugs on the cruise ship.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Could be interesting. Wouldn't they want the drugs off?
I wouldn't doubt it. Who knows?
Wouldn't they want the drugs off the ship, though?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Where's Fauci? Where's Mayorkas? They should be in One Piece. I saw you post the One Piece meme.
Yeah, I just started watching
One Piece, they have this like world government area, right? Where there's like a controlled current, and there's like Enies Lobby, which is like the initial place for you to like go off to either Impel Down or Marine headquarters. Impel Down is like this giant underwater prison. That's where Fauci should be. That's where Mayorkas should be. We need to build. We should have spent, instead of $200 billion on the war, we should have spent $200 billion to build Impel Down.
Yeah.
Keep all these people under the ocean, but alive.
I love
That's what really needed to happen.
Yeah, I started
And
watching it. My brother put me on. He's like, "You got to watch this show, dude.
dude,
It's
it
about
is
like the elites."
insanely good.
I'm already 10 episodes in. I love it already.
Oh, dude, the first half of it was so awesome, and I'm just getting into the second half now. I just got done with Fishman Island. I'm going
Okay.
on to Punk Hazard, which apparently everybody says is bad or whatever. But like, I'm at the point where they've started using hockey. But the first half of the story is so good, and I can already see how it ties into everything else. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. I made a like a meme yesterday. I said Iran should send a buggy ball at Tel Aviv.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, the thing is, it's so crazy. There was a Japanese kid. He's not a kid. He's older than me. Well, I'm older in a way, 100 times the tennis player I am. Kaito Nishihara. I don't think you'd ever watch this show, but shout out to you. And he would always talk about how awesome One Piece was and how everyone needed to read it, how everybody needed to watch it. And I'll be like, that shit's ugly. That shit's trash. That shit's garbage. And he would look so upset. And now I understand because it actually is great.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of a weird art style, but once you kind of get past that in your mind, just a little bit, at least for me, because they're like semi-human, like anthropomorphic. Like a lot of the people like they're kind of built like my dad.
Yeah,
my dad kind of looks like a One Piece character, right?
Yeah.
Like they've got like weird bodies and stuff, but I really enjoy it, man. And it's a great metaphor, actually, like the whole world government stuff, and then the celestial dragons and the emu and all of that. Very, very, very interesting stuff. I like stuff that's corollary or analogy for like what we're dealing with now.
For
And, like that's kind of what these people want to do. Like in One Piece, they have the celestial dragons, right? And the celestial dragons, they live on the red line where it can't be touched. And they know that the rest of the world is going to be destroyed and everyone else is going to die. But they get to live in the Magic Kingdom. And they're protected by the military. The military protects them and oppresses the citizens.
Oh, wow.
And like you're not even allowed to touch them. And they can just kill you or buy you as a slave.
That's crazy.
Like that's, and I won't spoil it for you, but towards the end of the first half, they go to this, at the end of the first half, basically, they go to this place called Sabayoti, and they have slave markets, right? And these celestial dragons are buying the slaves. And Luffy attacks the celestial dragon. That's kind of the catalyst to the rest of the story. So you'll get there soon enough. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, everybody's saying it's an adventure. It's an adventure. Like it
is an adventure. It's very much so an adventure.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I almost cried when I was watching that dog episode.
Yeah.
Like, with the
with the dog stands in front of the shop.
Dude, that like broke my heart, low key.
No, well, just get ready. It's got some sad moments, bro. Wait till you meet Dr. Hogback and what he's up to. But check this out. He says, "Where's my beef tallow? I need to cook eggs and steak." Well, starting tomorrow, not today, but tomorrow, I'll be doing fulfillment for Anthony.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get things to you faster. And I'm sure it's already on its way.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Like over here, our shipping center is like my 70-year-old mom packing boxes. So we're trying to.
We're gonna fix it all.
Yeah, we're getting away from that. And someone, Ben Cottrell said, "Got my tallow and sunscreen from the Ungovernable Project. Thank you. God bless InfoWars and the Ungovernable Project."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
What you think.
Here's the thing. When are we going to Rumble, Rex? Bearing my phone, the TV is a pain. Rex X Gray Area on YouTube. We're live right now on YouTube. So you can pull it up right now on YouTube. This is all going to get fixed. I literally every day I get a phone call and it's like, well, a person might die soon, so we got to go see him, and you got to go pick up your two little sisters from different parts of town, and you got to go see him, and then you got to be there until 2 p.m. so I can come see him. And it's just like, I am trying to do everything I can to provide the best show to you guys. But I get a call like that from my mom. I get a different kind of crazy call from my dad. I get calls from my other grandparents. There's a lot going on right now in my life, and I really appreciate you guys being here and putting up with it is my point. Thank you very much. But I want to get into the news a little bit. I want to play a couple of these clips for people while I'm here so you can get my reaction. They had this big press conference, huge, tremendous, large press conference this morning with Pete Hegseth and General Kane, who, he's so incredible. Oh, he's so fantastic. Let's
wait,
go ahead
before you start, I don't know if I told you about this with Raising Kane. Did I tell you?
No.
Dude, so in the Tucker Carlson episode with his brother, I had no idea about this. Tucker said this. Raising Cain was actually one of the pilots that was sent out on 9/11 to Shanksville.
Say that again?
Raising Cain, right? Dan Cain was one of the pilots on 9/11 that was sent out to Shanksville to take out the plane that was headed towards the Pentagon.
That's crazy.
How freaking nuts is that?
Well, you know, he got queued in on the real mission. He was like, all right.
Exactly, bro. That's scary. So he knows. He's in the know of all of this. He's a traitor.
Wow. Really quick, look at this. Was a joke. I just really want to try it. LOL. Oh, the guy talking about the towel. He hasn't ordered it yet. Rex, I did get your knockout a week or two ago. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get knockout sleep support at 50%off.com. And I loved it. Everybody loves it. I guarantee you're going to love it if you try it.
Amazing.
Yeah. So let me
Thank
go
you
ahead and
for
play
the support.
this General Raisin King.
Over the past 7 weeks.
And I didn't share audio tab. Gotta love that. I swear.
It was playing. It was playing.
Oh, maybe it's my ears. Probably it's my ears. Such a pain. There's just so many things, and that's the thing, guys. It looks easy, but there's so many things you got to remember to do. And like when you're doing it by yourself, you're losing money doing it. Basically, it's tough. All right.
Weeks, Iran's repeatedly threatened and attacked commercial shipping in the Strait in order to effectively cut off commercial traffic and damage the global economy. By obstructing one of the world's most critical maritime checkpoints, a vital transit route for approximately 1/5 of the global oil consumption, Iran is weaponizing the global supply chain. This action disregards established navigational rights and the law of the sea, and the regime led by the IRGC is effectively attempting to hold the entire global economy hostage. Over the past 7 weeks, Iran's repeatedly threatened and attacked.
Yeah. Okay. So what do we think of that, Anthony?
I think that it went from we need to stop their nuclear program, we need to save the protesters, we need to do a regime change, we need to collect the nuclear dust, to now we're just trying to control the Strait of Hormuz and control the petrodollar completely. That's how I see it.
And here's the thing. I heard Larry Johnson talk about this, and I don't want to disagree with Larry Johnson because Larry Johnson has forgotten more than I could ever hope to know. But he says he thinks it was a real pilot rescue. I think they did a Fast and the Furious movie night at the White House, and Trump was like, we got to be Vin Diesel, and we got to like send the excavators in on the plane. I think that happened.
I do too.
Think they were literally so retarded, they tried to put like bulldozers on planes and went over there.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, the only proof that really that why I believe it even more is because one of the IDs that were found was a woman scientist that was like a professional of uranium. So why was she there?
Wow.
Yeah, that's the key detail right there. Is like, what is she doing on the plane? Obviously, she's there for a reason, to get the uranium.
All right, we got a full house here, and it sucks. I wish I had someone to operate the camera so it could pan around. I've got Jack here with me, and I've also got Rupert here as well. Jack is going to be taking over. I've got to go check on my pop. My pop had gallbladder surgery, which went well last week, as some of you guys know, and Jack held it down along with Anthony here while I was gone for that. But he's having some issues eating some food, and we want to go motivate him. We want to get him out of the assisted living that he's in right now. He really doesn't need to be there. It's hard for us because my mom is like the youngest sibling out of like children that my grandparents had over there. And the other children, I think they want him to stay in the assisted living. But if there's no life in the assisted living, then you don't stay in the assisted living. So I'm just going to go talk to him and see if he's happy, see how he's eating, see how he's doing. I've got to do that. And I really appreciate you guys for being here. But I have Jack with me here, and Jack is going to be taking over along with Anthony. And I really did take the time for you guys to prepare a great show. We've got a lot to review today, a lot of news and information. So without further ado, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw up this press conference in the first couple of clips so you can easily go to them, Jack. Jonathan or Jack Hemphill. All right. And how are you doing, Anthony?
I'm good, man. You know, praying for your pop, and hopefully he takes the right advice and leaves, gets out of there, gets out of that hell prison.
No, I agree. Well, I got to go. All right.
All right, dude. Call me later. See ya.
Appreciate it.
Oh, here he is. Tighter polo this time.
Hey, how you doing? I'm sitting in Tim's chair. This is technically Tim's chair, but I think it's a little more comfortable. Thank you, brother.
You got the gain showing today. You got the tighter polo on.
How we doing today?
We're good. We're good.
Thank you, brother. What does this plug into?
Your ear.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, rough transition here.
All good. It's all good. Just
No dead air. All right, let's keep talking. Yeah. Guys, it's not just young people that die. If there's anyone that you know younger out there, and I'm speaking from experience here, if there's something that in your heart and mind you know you need to say to somebody, but you're sitting on that for whatever reason, you're just waiting for this person to, I don't know, maybe not be an asshole or to get in a better place in their life. You don't know whether or not someone's gonna die at the age of 25. So if you feel some type of way and you have something weighing heavy on your heart and mind that you need to say to somebody, go ahead and just say it, because you never know.
Yeah, actually, this kid from 10th Planet, from the jiu-jitsu that I train at, he actually he just passed like Sunday. He was on life support. He got into a wreck on 35, leaving the bars. So you're right, Jack. Do you hear me?
No, I couldn't hear a word you were saying. I don't know if that's because my TV's quiet or if it's because you're quiet.
Is it my mic? Do you hear me now? Hold on.
It's real quiet. Can someone in the chat let me know if his volume's good?
It's on the mic. Yeah, you guys hear me? Hello, hello. Can you guys let us know if you hear me? Man,
I can barely hear you. This is a different grandpa than DR Jones, guys. Still just as important and significant and deserving of.
What about now? Do you hear me?
A day off on Rex's part. So, okay, they can hear us both. I'm going to turn my TV up super loud. If there's an echo, please bitch and moan about it in the chat so I can.
Shouldn't you be hearing it in your ear?
Either way, Rex wanted us to see this war conference. Did y'all already watch that this morning?
We watched a part of it.
Okay. Well, I have it started from zero. I don't know what part to zoom into. I assume the conference is just Pete Hegseth saying we're doing a great bang up job and we're not spending too much of your money, so don't worry about it and it'll be over soon. And then the media basically contradicting that and him saying, no, don't you, how dare you? And that's probably what it is. We've seen this before, right?
You hear me?
Now I'm not hearing you at all.
What the frick? Hold on.
Yeah. I don't know if it's on.
They're saying they
our
can hear
end or
chat, so it's got to be you guys
or Anthony's end, Rex. The chat says they can hear us both.
Well, it's
but
important
I
we
can
hear
barely
each other
hear him through the TV. Maybe I'm just deaf. I don't know. Also, I don't know where to play the clip from on the Hegseth conference. I'm sure that audio works just fine.
What do you mean you're not sure where to play it?
Just from the beginning?
You can just jump around.
Oh, okay.
It's loud as fuck, dude.
It's loud as shit. Okay.
Well, as you know, President Trump has directed U.S. Central Command to restart the free.
You have to go.
That affects the actual volume when I do this?
I guess.
Right, let me know if this is a little quieter.
flow of commerce through the
Is that
Strait of
better?
Hormuz under the umbrella of
You have
Project
to go
Freedom.
mute.
To be clear,
So you have to mute yourself.
Give me a
we do
thumbs
this.
up. If that's
Wait, we have to fix this. We have to fix this.
dude, I literally cannot hear a word he's saying, Rex, and the chat can hear him. I can't. I don't know.
this operation is separate and distinct from Operation Epic Fury. Project Freedom is defensive in nature, focused in scope, and temporary in duration.
Wait, hold
With
on.
one
hold on.
mission,
I'm already lost. Project
protecting
Freedom?
innocent commercial shipping from Iranian
The
aggression.
blockade is Project Freedom.
American forces won't need to enter Iranian waters or airspace. It's not
Just Anthony, give a shout. Give a shout. Show us.
Yeah, you hear me? Yo, Jack. Do you guys hear me?
Oh my gosh, you fixed it. Wow.
You hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have to.
Coming
You have
through
to.
loud and clear now. Thank you.
Okay, so you have to go mute when you play this because it will echo to the chat.
Okay.
So mute your mic whenever you play a video.
My bad, y'all. Okay.
necessary. We're not looking for a fight, but Iran also cannot be allowed to block innocent countries and their goods from an international waterway. Iran is the clear aggressor, harassing civilian vessels, threatening mariners from every nation indiscriminately, and weaponizing a critical choke point for its own financial benefit, or at least trying to. For too long, Iran has been harassing ships, shooting at civilian tankers from all nations, and trying to impose a tolling system. Iran's plan, a form of international extortion, is unacceptable. That ends with Project Freedom. 2 U.S. commercial ships, along with American destroyers, have already safely transited the Strait, showing the lane.
We need better names for these things. Midnight Hammer, Epic Fury, Project Freedom. Like, if we're going to be like this so-called badass Fly Kid Rock on Apaches, like, we need better names.
Project Freedom is just something you'd see in a South Park parody.
Yeah, it's like a joke.
What the administration's doing.
Project Freedom. We're coming to steal all the oil. Like, just call it what it is. Project Pirate. You guys are pirates.
Project Freedom is something. I don't know. It's something some grifter would make up after Charlie Kirk died because he had the Freedom T-shirt. There'd be like a robocaller scam center calling people, soliciting donations for Project Freedom. I don't know if you guys get these robocalls. I get a bunch.
Yeah, I do.
Asking for money for like cops and firefighters. It's the level of creativity is those people.
Yeah, Project. We should call it Project Blackbeard. We're literally just pirates. And like I was making this point before with Rex is like, you know, it went from we need to stop the nuclear program, we need to free the protesters, we need to do a regime change, and now it's just basically we need to control the Strait of Hormuz. We need to go over there. We need to control the petrodollar. We need to basically like be the nanny of this place. And they're saying that Iran's the aggressors. Well, why don't we just get away from Iran? They won't be aggressors if they won't be aggressors if we're not over there bothering them, bothering their sovereignty of trying to say that they can't have a nuclear program, they can't have ballistic missiles, they can't do anything. Like they just need to be a neutered puppy because Israel says they're the bad guy. And there's been 47 years of terrorism. It's like, why don't we just leave these people alone?
Yeah. Well, there's definitely something to them being the biggest funder of terrorism. A lot of it's just armed opposition to the United States.
Oh, Zionism.
Yeah. I think armed opposition doesn't necessarily make it terrorism. I think if we're being 100% honest, if we lived in the region, realistically, if we were like patriotic members of those people and we like cared about where we were born, we'd probably be a member of Hamas or Hezbollah or one of these armed resistance groups.
If Mexico was over here, right, and they turned Austin into an open air prison, and they were killing our kids and they were bombing us, bombing our tents, starving us, will we not be taking up arms and going to Mexico and trying to fight against them? Will we not be trying to protect Austin?
We most certainly would, and we'd be terrorists for it. If the shoe is on the other foot and America wasn't the world superpower and it was something similar to a Red Dawn situation,
Yeah.
like that old 80s movie. Like
Yeah.
those guys were terrorists in that movie. That was a movie about terrorists doing
Yeah.
guerrilla warfare against
I would be on 6th Street with AR-15s giving it to the homeless people. Like creating an army to go and fight against these people. You know, like anybody would. It's the protection of your homeland. But the thing with Iran is like they're not even in a Hamas situation. They're all the way up there. They're not even near Israel. The problem that Israel has with Iran is like the big brother to all the other Muslim countries that are being bullied by Israel. And they're the tougher guy. It's like your homie that trains and like knows how to fight. And then you get into a bar fight and you're getting your ass kicked. And then your homie comes in and he starts beating up the guys that are beating you up. It's like, Isn't that not an admirable thing?
Well, I mean, there's definitely some unadmirable tactics taking place. I would say the targeting of civilians. I mean, obviously, you can't harp on one side too much for targeting civilians. Israel's kind of world famous for it.
They bombed a little girl's school the first day.
Yeah, but I would say a lot of the Iranian proxies do similar things. I'm sure there's institutionalized from within those, you know, child rape and that sort of stuff. But it's you know, it's all in that savage part of the world that we don't really need to be involved in. We'll keep rolling on Pete Hegseth because this is breaking news stuff. This broke about an hour and a half ago. I don't know if we want to go through this whole thing. I'm not great at skimming through things and finding the gold as Rex is, but we'll keep it rolling, see if there's anything interesting in the first
Is clear.
couple minutes here.
We know the Iranians are embarrassed by this fact. They said they control the Strait. They do not. So American ships led the way, commercial and military, shouldering the initial risk from the front, as Americans always do. And right now, hundreds more ships from nations around the world are lining up to transit. CENTCOM, along with
Yeah, I just don't think you can even if you can prove that there are ships traversing the Strait right now, that still doesn't negate the fact that you need to make the insurance companies comfortable for these ships. I don't know the exact cost of insuring a tanker right now. We can look that up. But it's going to take months and months of proven safe passage for these insurance companies to stop giving like a wartime premium to people as they go through, which just raises the cost of oil for everyone.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, once again, it's just a non-necessary thing. If we didn't go there, we didn't start this campaign or whatever you want to call it. I call it a war. If we didn't start this war and aggress against the Iranian people, then none of this would be happening. So it's like, literally, it's the pot coming to call it black. Like, we are the ones that created this whole entire problem with Israel. This never had to happen. The Strait of Hormuz was running absolutely fine. And honestly, now all we actually did was we gave Iran the idea to control it. That wasn't happening before. They weren't controlling the Strait of Hormuz before. It was like, I think, a British thing, right?
I don't know. It's an abject failure. It's an abject failure that's just ceding more world power to someone who's our enemy on paper. We'll let it roll. I'll probably let this roll for a couple more minutes, and we'll maybe skip ahead to the questions
Yeah.
portion if there is any.
Partner nations is in active communication with hundreds of ships, shipping companies, and insurers. All of these ships from all around the world want to get out of the Iranian trap that they have been stuck inside. As a direct gift from the United States to the world, we have established a powerful red, white, and blue dome over the strait.
Oh, Lord.
American destroyers are on station, supported by hundreds of fighter jets, helicopters, drones, and surveillance aircraft, providing 24/7 overwatch for people, a lot more than we do. We're stabilizing the situation so commerce can flow again, but we expect the world to step up. At the appropriate time and soon, we will hand responsibility back to you. To the incredible Americans executing this mission right now.
Is that not scary to anyone else? We expect the rest of the world to step up and handle this situation, and then we'll hand responsibility back to you. That sounds a lot to me like what we did in Vietnam, where we basically had both sides of that war, the North and South of Vietnam, sign a treaty to end the war. We left basically the South Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh people high and dry, and then within a very short time that collapsed, and all the goals we had fought for ended up being erased. So, and it's also similar to Afghanistan, where we also just left a vacuum there. It sounds like they're already setting the expectation that that's what's going to happen here.
That's
if,
what always
if we
happens.
just leave it up to the world.
Yeah, this is why regime change don't work. It literally makes the country way worse. And what is our obsession with domes? I don't get it. Iron Dome, Golden Dome,
Yeah.
Red, White, and Blue Dome.
The red, white, and blue dome. This is
so
beyond
goofy.
parody.
It's so
This is
goofy.
beyond parody.
It's ridiculous. Seriously, it's ridiculous. We have this drunken man like that thinks he's like a Guido from the Jersey Shore, like running out our Department of War. It's a joke, dude. Like it's every day's a joke.
And him quoting that Pulp Fiction Bible verse is so hilarious, because that's something. I wasn't super religious growing up. I was in Boy Scouts. That's a religious organization. Not diddled, by the way. Was not a hot kid.
Made it
But
out.
I was in Boy Scouts, and I was like 12. I was literally 12 years old. I just watched Pulp Fiction.
Great movie though.
Yeah, great movie. And at one point, a scoutmaster, we're talking about religion or something, and he asked me, "What's your favorite Bible verse?" And I said, Ezekiel 25:17. And I quoted the Bible verse. He didn't say anything, but I ended up looking it up later at 12 years old, and I was like, "Oh shoot, that's not even a real." Like, I've literally made this mistake at 12, and he's doing that on a national stage. It's so laughable.
Yeah, man. It's
We'll
just
keep-
like a joke.
We'll keep
Really
watching
is.
this friggin' retard spin his yarn just for a little more.
I'll simply thank you. Your courage, your readiness, your unmatched professionalism and precision are why the world can breathe easier today and every day. You are and always will be the greatest fighting force in human history, unmatched, always. Project Freedom is underway. Commerce will be flowing, and America is once again leading with strength, clarity, and purpose for the benefit of the entire world. Our will is unshakable. God bless our troops, and God bless the mighty United States Navy as well. Mr. Chairman, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for
You have to
being
go-
here.
you have to
On
go mute,
Sunday,
Jack.
At the direction of the President, CENTCOM initiated Project Freedom with the objective of facilitating the safe passage of international commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Over the past 7 weeks, Iran's repeatedly threatened and attacked commercial shipping in the Strait in order to effectively cut off commercial traffic and damage the global economy. By obstructing one of the world's most critical maritime checkpoints, a vital transit route for approximately
Okay, we know how important the Strait of Hormuz is.
Yeah.
This is Raising Cane.
Yeah, it's Raising Cane. I actually ate Raising Canes yesterday. That was my choice of goy slop for the week. But I do want to say that I don't know if you saw this, but we hit two ships. Oh, we hit two ships already, and they were literally civilian ships coming from Oman.
Really?
Yeah, bro. It's like Venezuela stuff all over again. It's just like, oh, they're drug traffickers, and they're just fishing boats. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, that's on
point
good.
for what we are, like so on brand.
At the same time, were the civilian ships, were they trying to traverse the Strait?
No, they thought that they were fast boats. They thought that
Okay.
they were Iranian fast boats. So that's what. So I don't know if you know, like the.
What are you doing? What are you doing boating through a war zone? To be fair, I mean,
it shouldn't be a war zone. It should just be an open. Trade.
Obviously, it shouldn't be a war zone. But I mean, do you live under a rock? I don't know.
Well, no, they live under
no
Iran.
pun intended. Do you live under a rock? But
yeah, so we bombed civilian boats. So yeah, it's just a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah, huge mess. This Raising Cane guy, it's so funny. He got his prominence by what he like wore a MAGA hat on base or something during his time off, and that got some media traction, and that's how he got promoted from like a 1-star to
I literally just said it before with Rex. I had no idea about this. Tucker Carlson actually talked about it on the podcast with his brother. He was the pilot that was sent to Shanksville on 9/11 to take out the plane.
Really? I saw a bit of his interview with what's his brother's name? Buckley? Is that Buckley or is Buckley his?
No, Buckley's his brother. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I saw that with Buckley. Yeah. Basically 3 of the 4 pilots on 9/11 who almost assuredly shot down that last plane that was going towards Washington, D.C. are now high profile military leaders.
Yep. And Kane's one of them.
Yeah, I forget where I saw this anecdote. It might have been on Alex's show, but someone was talking to somebody who was on base at the time or very familiar with the situation, and they described getting the plane up and ready. They were on the ground crew. It takes for every plane, it takes a couple people, not just the pilot, to get it combat ready. And someone on the ground crew mentioned that they loaded the plane up with ammunition before it flew out on that mission. And when it came back, there was ammunition missing from the plane.
Weird.
So, what do we think happened? I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a bit and see if they're taking questions here.
Okay, in terms of new U.S. intelligence reports suggest that the timeline for the war in Iran to get a nuclear weapon has not changed since last summer, still at 9 to 12 months. Is that intelligence wrong? How can this be after so much bombing? And for General Kane, going on back onto what you're talking about, the Strait of Hormuz, the president recently said that the blockade is even more effective than bombing. So why didn't we start the campaign with the blockade? And initially, how many planned ships do you plan to escort or take through commercial ships to the Strait of Hormuz today or in the coming days?
Well, we don't discuss the specifics about intel, and anybody that does shouldn't be. And I can't confirm or deny whether that is indeed correct. Speculation, as far as I'm concerned, coming from you. But ultimately, what Operation Midnight Hammer did in the obliteration of those facilities was set back their program. And then, because of the efforts of that 12-day war, the president was able to recognize that this threat, while they continued to seek nuclear capabilities, their will was still there to seek a nuclear bomb. Ultimately, they were creating a conventional umbrella of so many missiles and so many capabilities that no one would want to challenge it. Think of the North Korea. This is the North Korea strategy. We have so many conventional capabilities, you won't do something about it. And underneath that, we're going to develop more nuclear capabilities. So the will was still there. President Trump had the courage to say, we have to dismantle and take on those conventional capabilities while the nuclear facilities
Yeah, I mean, why else would they do that? Because you go over there and bomb them. Because we've been threatening this war for 47 years to them. This has been an ongoing thing. Would you not arm yourself up? That's like saying, like the American military, yeah, let's not make missiles and let's not make ships and let's not make planes or anything anymore because China told us not to. These are sovereign nations. It's like, who do we think we are that we could just go to a sovereign nation and be like, yeah, don't actually create the means to protect yourself. Just be like a completely open vessel just to be attacked at any time. What?
Yeah,
ridiculous.
This is something. It's crazy. We're watching this unfold in real time, and we're so lucky to have an independent media now, where this is just plainly obvious. Where we just know in a very short time, probably 5-10 years, this is going to be known as one of the core pillars holding up the lie that is this war. That if we didn't do anything, they were going to develop nukes. The only thing motivating another country to create nukes is to protect their sovereignty. So obviously it's like if the I can't think of a good analogy. I'm sorry.
Well,
We're live, so I'm not going to create a bunch of dead air, but it's just crazy. This is an obvious lie. The only thing motivating them to create the nukes are the threats on their sovereignty. And if you look at the North Korea strategy, as he calls it, it worked.
Yeah, he's chilling.
When was the last time you saw a news story about us being provocative against North Korea?
Never. We went over there and shook his hand because we were like, we want to settle this immediately. But because
it was story after story from Kim Jong-il, from Kim Jong-il's regime until about what, like 2000, in the 2000 teens.
Yeah, the father
Kim Jong-un, he did some successful nuclear tests, lobbed some empty missiles over Japan to prove, hey, all right, here's the test to show that we have nukes. Here's the test to show that we can send them this far. As soon as that happened, we stopped provoking them.
He's my favorite dictator by far.
Yeah.
No, he's
it seems I don't know. I liked Gaddafi. In retrospect.
For sure.
I didn't know much about him growing up, but I'm pretty sure he gave up his nuclear program. He did the Libya strategy. We want Iran to do the Libya strategy instead of the North Korea strategy.
Mark Levin says that, yeah.
And look what happened to Libya.
Yeah.
I mean, they have open air slave markets.
It's insane. Yeah.
So
I'm all for the Kim Jong-un effect.
Yeah, we're begging them to not do the working North Korea strategy.
Don't protect yourself. It's like it's like if they came and did a buyback on guns to us, what will we do? Will we actually sell our guns to the government? Absolutely not. We need to protect ourselves from the government, and other governments around the world know this. If the American people know, if you're smart enough to know that you should never give up your guns because the government will literally turn around and use everything against you, I think other governments around the world that are being provoked and being attacked would definitely not give up their ballistic missile programs or anything like that. Why would they?
Yeah. I really hope they don't expect to do a draft with these lame ass lies.
No. Because then they start a war on the home front then.
Yeah.
That will start civil war.
Yeah. If they expect to do a draft, it's probably going to be Ukrainian style.
That's not going to work though. We have guns.
Yeah.
Not gonna work.
I don't know what I would do if I was out and about on the streets of Austin, carrying, which I often am, and I saw a young brother or sister of mine getting loaded into a van by government officials. I don't know what I'd do.
I'm shooting straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I mean, that's the government is coming against us. That's tyranny. And our forefathers wrote what we should do when that happened. So constitutionally, we're allowed to do that, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe not in this fake world, but I'm still doing it. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. It might be time to start putting together some draft dodging plans. I may just dodge it from prison. I may just not even bother to flee to another country or something like that. I may just take the prison time and hope that and trust the system to release me eventually.
Where would you flee to anyway?
I'll take the time to read books. I'd flee to Mexico. I like Mexico. I was in Jalisco.
They're Jude too, though.
December last year. What's that?
They're Jude too. They like the Claudia Scheinbaum. She's been taken over. She's a Jewish.
Yeah,
president.
I'll tell you what though. They just passed universal healthcare, or they passed universal healthcare a couple of years ago in Mexico, and they took the time to kind of transition their system over. And talking to people in Mexico that I still have on WhatsApp from my month stay there, they seem pretty happy with it. And you know, say what you will about
the cartels or whatever,
drug cartels,
yeah,
kind of ruling them and that sort of thing. If you get shot, if you get caught in the crossfire in Memphis or Chicago or one of these other cities where there's a bunch of criminal activity, if you get shot, you can get fucked. That's your responsibility, even though it's the local sort of Democrat government's responsibility and culpability for not destroying these criminal organizations that are in those cities. Even though it's the government's responsibility somewhat that happened to you, you can get fucked. Whereas in Mexico, if you get caught in cartel crossfire, they at least have universal health care to patch you up. And, you know, as much as Scheinbaum, I don't know, is what she is, they do have that going for them. They can at least pull that off, and they're not even.
Yeah, true.
But
good point.
Here, we'll keep watching.
Are watched 24/7 and overwatched, and we will ensure one way or another, hopefully Iran chooses a deal, that they give up those ambitions, give up those capabilities, and we're able to confirm that every step of the way. So that has been, President Trump's been focused on it. He's set them back like no other president. He ripped up the terrible deal that would have given them a bomb. He took care of it in Midnight Hammer. We're watching it right now, and ultimately feel good about the fact that the end state will ensure that Iran never has a nuclear weapon. Go ahead.
Sure, I'll let CENTCOM talk to the number of ships they're going to take through because they're the nearest.
Question: do you think the end state of Iran being Libya or some sort of going from some sort of, I mean, they're not third world. They're by no means third world at this point. Do you think turning Iran into a third world country with open air slave markets and an end result, as he says, of probably millions dead and living under probably a more radical Islamic regime with an even younger age of consent and marriage, with institutionalized probably rape and stoning of women, is that end state worse than being a westernized power with nuclear weapons?
Way worse. I mean, look at Syria, what's happening over there. You know, you put the head of Al Qaeda over there, they're like chopping people's heads off. They're running into liquor stores and like burning them down. So, I mean, yeah, it's a horrible idea. I mean, that's the thing. Like, people don't actually look into where these places are and what's going on. And like, Iran's the perfect example of this. Like, Iran's a civilized nation. They have incredible people there. They're not just like some brown dumb terrorists, like people, you know, because this is the America propaganda machine at work, is like telling everybody that Muslims are the worst thing ever and they're going to kill all of us and da 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 da. It's like, well, guess what? If we just left these people alone to do whatever they want in their own country, which they have the right to do, then unless, you know, obviously it's like a pedophilic, like Epstein slave market that's going on over there and they're really doing horrible things to their citizens, then we step in. Yeah, for sure. But to just do this over lies and just this propaganda, it's like, me personally, I'm a nationalist. I'm an isolationist. I'm a nationalist. I think America should worry about America. I think we have enough problems here. I've made the example plenty of times. Go down 6th Street and you will see that. We have mutants walking around at this point. We have people that are deformed, that are absolutely insane. And that is bad enough. You know, never mind our infrastructure and people literally like trying to scrounge up scraps to even pay their rent. Everything's more expensive. It's like, let's fix all the things that Donald Trump ran on as an America First patriot, as he claimed, and not worry about Iran, not worry about Israel, not worry about any of these places. We should have, this is why we have things like the ICC and why we have, and I don't agree with the United Nations, but why we have these things, because let them deal with it. America doesn't need to deal with this shit. Like, we need to stop the genocide. We need to stop all of these wars being funded. We need to stop giving money to Israel to go and do these wars and to do these genocides. Our money should stay here. We're paying taxes, first off, not even constitutionally backed, and all of our money is going to blow up children. We're being spiritually bonded to a death cult. And how does that carry over into our own spiritual lives by standing silently and sitting silently by? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's top of the hour now. So I think you know what time it is. It is time to plug. It's just want to let you guys know this show that you're watching right now is sponsored by us. Not any outside force, but our own products, our own labor. And right now, what I want to present to you guys is 50% off .com. All right. Longtime fans of InfoWars and Rex are probably familiar with 50% off. It was initially launched as an InfoWars sponsor. It is now a sponsor of this show. 2 of the best products in InfoWars supplement history have been Knockout and Brain Force, Brain Force. So if you remember Knockout or Brain Force, you should definitely get it here. It's at a slightly lower price than I think the initial MSRP was, with better formulas. It has all the same stuff that was initially in Brain Force and Knockout, with a couple of extra ingredients that the research has shown since this came out are beneficial in achieving the same goals as those products. Right here, you can see with Brain Force, we've got vitamin B6 and vitamin B12. A lot of people, if you eat a lot of meat, even if you eat a lot of meat, you likely have a B vitamin deficiency. So if you're not taking an external B vitamin, maybe supplement with Brain Force. I wouldn't say it's an everyday thing, as much as, you know, we'd want to tell you Brain Force should be in your everyday stack. It is pretty powerful stuff, and my recommendation to you would be to save it for those days where you need to work and grind hard and really get something done. You got a lot of tasks on your plate, because it is some powerful stuff. Another ingredient I'll highlight is theobromine. Theobromine, I don't know exactly what it does, but as someone who has used stimulants to enhance my workflows, whether it's at an office job or school, theobromine has always been something in my stack for those days, because it just, while it's calming and anxiety reducing, it also potentiates the effects of stimulants. So if you take some brain force before your morning coffee, give it 10, 20 minutes, and then take your morning coffee, I promise you that coffee is going to hit harder and you're going to get a really good day's work done. We, of course, also have the ultimate knockout. I guess just the one thing I'll highlight here is, let's see what we got. We've got magnesium in there. The original knockout did not contain magnesium. Rex did a little bit of market research. He found that a lot of people that take melatonin also include magnesium in their sleep stack. And he saw a lot of people buying 2 separate bottles in order to achieve the same effect. So he put them into one supplement. So if you're already taking magnesium and melatonin separately, which a lot of people do, and is a great stack, why not consolidate into one bottle, save yourself a little bit of money, get the same powerful effect you've come to expect from those 2 supplements. Now, the next thing that Anthony is going to talk about is the ungovernableproject.com. Tell us a little bit about your company, Anthony.
So yeah, at the Ungovernable Project, we offer some of the best tallow on the market. It's made from 100% grass-fed pasture-raised suet. Suet is the fat that surrounds the kidneys. You can get 10% off as soon as you make your first order by just putting in your email right there. It's great for cooking. If you've never made tallow French fries, it's freaking incredible. You'll never have better French fries than that. McDonald's fries, for the people that grew up actually eating real McDonald's fries, used to be cooked in beef tallow. Then they switched us over to this cottonseed and these seed oils that are doing catastrophic damage to our bodies and to our minds. Our cholesterol is actually an important thing. There's a whole entire psyop on what cholesterol is. Cholesterol is to actually make you not have Alzheimer's. Our brain needs fat. So this is the fat that you cook with, not any of these other seed oils that are giving you inflammation and slowly actually destroying your heart, because they lied so much about what this fat is, what eggs are, what all of this is. So we make this handmade in Texas. We source it from only ranchers that we trust. They don't give their cows any antibiotics. They don't give their cows any grains. They eat grass all day. And when it's cold outside and the grass isn't on the ground, they are supplemented with alfalfa hay. We also make skincare. This is our deodorant. Our deodorant is made with kaolin clay, shea butter, magnesium. Also has magnesium in it. We infuse it with things like actual spearmint and lavender. That's that one right there. We have skincare from real raw ingredients. This is in my hand right here, our orange cream. This is made with real orange peels that we infuse, Madagascar vanilla beans, and mango butter. That's all you need right there to moisturize, to take care of things like psoriasis, acne, eczema. We've had testimonials from people getting rid of chemical burns. That is our AHA honey. It is infused with wildflower, and it has an 850 MGO Manuka honey. So most Manuka honey that you'll buy in the store is like 100 to 150. This is 850. This could actually close an open wound. It's so strong. You want to hit that one right there all the way to the left, the Sun Gazer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Sun Gazer, it's summertime. You guys are putting cancerous products on your body. Switch over to something natural. This is our Sun Gazer. It's made with real coconut pieces, non-nano zinc oxide, and cocoa butter. It has an SPF of 25. It's absolutely incredible. You guys will seriously love it. And the Sun Gazer, it will literally set in a nice tan for you instead of giving you that red looking effect because of the cocoa butter. It smells amazing. It smells like basically an Almond Joy bar. People love it. It's one of our best sellers, especially in the summertime. We have lip balm. We have a beard balm coming out. So yeah, all of this stuff is made 100% with our hands. And by supporting us, you are also supporting the show, and you're supporting Rex, because tomorrow we are transitioning over into his fulfillment center. So things will be getting out a lot faster. We'll be working hand in hand with Rex. So it's going to be a real great opportunity for us. And by supporting us, we are able to do that. And yeah, it's an abundance factor. We give such a high quality product. We don't make crazy money on this because we were putting such high ingredients in there. So everything that we do is handmade, just like Knockout Sleep Support on 50percentoff.com, just like Jones CBD, just like Shroom Force. These are all really high quality products to give you guys the absolute best results. So check us out at www.theungovernableproject.com. And for Mother's Day, we will be having a 15% off sale. So if you want to get your mom a Mother's Day's gift, we will start the sale on the Friday and it will end Sunday. So you have a couple days to go and do that. We really do appreciate all the support. God bless.
Awesome. All right. I think we'll move on to the next thing. Rex put together. So the last time I hosted the show, I was really freeballing. Rex had he had a bunch of tabs open with things he wanted us to look at for Friday's show. And then the tabs accidentally got closed. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So, but he put together a very nice cut sheet for us. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the next thing. It looks like we have Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg saying Trump should just take Karg Island and just kind of hold it until we get a decent government in charge in Iran. Just warmongering on Fox News, as you do. Obviously, we can get into a little bit of how much of a bad idea Karg Island is. We'll go ahead and let this disgusting war pig speak for himself, and then we'll get back to you after he's finished.
Talk about taking Karg Island. Isn't that predicated on the idea that we will have an extended presence in the area?
No, I don't think you have to. You can take the island and just kind of hold it till we get a decent government in charge. And I think as long as you start to eradicate the Revolutionary Guards, that's going to happen. We talked about this last time of arming the Iranian people or supporting the Iranian people. They're going to rise up. Remember, the IRGC, the Revolutionary Guards, is not the army, and you're going to put them in conflict with one against the other, and let the people decide what they're going to do. When they realize they've got strong support from the United States and others, I think they'll rise up. But they've already lost more people in uprisings against the revolutionary government than we lost in the Korean War. They're willing to do it. I think they can do it. They just need to know that we can support them and be absolutely serious about it. It's a little bit of a risk, sure it is, but I think we can handle that.
All right, Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, thank you.
Okay, Boomer, not true. 65 days. There's been literal, like, crazy rallies in Tehran for the IRGC. The people do not want a regime change. The people want the IRGC. It's like saying, like, okay, we're going to give Antifa wants Trump out, right? So we're going to give power. We're going to give weapons to Antifa to go and raid the White House. It's the same concept. And then it's like, oh, yeah, they're going to go and take over Puerto Rico. Like,
this is so stale at this point. The people are going to rise up. Remember 8 weeks ago when the people were going to rise up and take their government back?
And then they all held hands around power plants.
Yeah. Yeah. The people,
that's an uprising.
The people are marching to when Trump says it's going to be bridge and power plant day, they're marching to bridges and power plants and standing on them
to die
because
they want an uprising.
Yeah, this is such a stale talking point. This guy must not be reading the memos that come out on what to say. He must have read a 2-month-old memo.
Well, they're getting information from the Israelis. That's where their information's all coming from. Obviously, the Israelis are like, oh, yes, I'm telling you right now. They're going to do uprising. I promise. I'm telling you. Netanyahu has told us. They all want to be free. It's like, no,
and this Karg Island stuff, I mean, obviously Karg Island is a trap. We know that that's the most valuable position we could take because that's where all Iran's infrastructure is. From what I understand, Karg Island is basically the stepstone where they have all their oil sent in pipelines to, I think, refineries. Do they refine there as well?
Yes, they do. It's a giant refinery island.
Yeah, so they get all their oil sent there and then prepped to ship, and then that's where it ships from.
Correct.
Through the Strait. So if we know it's such a valuable position, obviously Iran knows that's a valuable position, and it's situated fairly close to the coast of Iran. So they can, as soon as anyone goes to hold that island until a more decent regime is in place, like this guy is saying, obviously they're going to get shelled. They're going to get shelled from the shore. It's going to be hell.
Yeah,
for whoever's there. He's making it seem like this easy thing.
And the main thing that he's lying about is that he's saying that the IRGC and the military, and they're different entities completely. The IRGC are the ones that protect the Royal Guard, and then the army is the Iranian army. But he's saying that they're going to have a divide, and like the Iranian army is going to rise up and take out the IRGC, the guard. That's not true, because we've already seen that not only is the army willing to fight, but there were hundreds to thousands of men from 80 years old to 19 years old that were saying that they're ready to get drafted, that they want to fight. So it's just lie after lie after lie. It's like, no, there's going to be no uprising. The military is not going to work against the Royal Guard. The people are not going to uprise. It's just lie after lie after lie. You know,
I can see maybe this is pure speculation. It's quite possible that we're jawboning and talking about invading Karg Island to maybe take Iran's resources away from somewhere else that we want to capture or invade. Maybe we're acting like we're going to take this position, knowing they're going to move some troops there so that we can take another position.
Yeah,
that's possible what's going on here, but it's very clearly not a good idea. And if it were to actually be done, it would result in the deaths of probably tens of thousands of troops.
Yeah, it's a mass sacrifice ritual. Moloch needs to eat, you know. It just came out to Motajba, the new supreme leader. He said, like, we're blowing up their boats. He sent a message to the Tripoli that's going to have the Marines on it that would do the invasion of Karg Island. He's already said, he's like, we're just going to kill you guys. So, well, not a good idea.
You know, Marines, I mean, they're brave. They're brave individuals. I don't think threats are gonna.
Well, they could blow up the Tripoli pretty easily with a missile. They can send hundreds of drones. As soon as that boat tries to approach Karg Island, you're gonna be attacked. You're gonna be swarmed with thousands of drones and hundreds of missiles. And if you don't think that they have the aim to hit that, I mean, it's just not realistic. They do.
Yeah.
It's a bad
okay. It looks like kind of moving on from Iran war stuff. This is the White House did a partnership with Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars.
I saw that ridiculous one.
I think I saw a couple clips from this. Let's see what was posted by the White House Twitter. Here we go.
Okay, the best I could do is the golden age for small businesses. Okay, the best I could do is the golden age for small business.
It's not up on the screen. There you go.
Okay, the best I could do is the golden age for small businesses.
So I talked about this yesterday on the show. I don't think you saw it, but the golden age, that's a whole entire psyop on its own. The golden age is like a representation of the Order of the Golden Dawn. You know what that is?
No.
The Order of the Golden Dawn was Aleister Crowley's like workings. It was like his group of magic men. So the golden age, like anytime you see a representation of gold is for the standard of light, and the light bearer is Lucifer. That's why like we're seeing all this Statue of Liberty stuff. We're seeing all this because like that's the representation of Lucifer. So saying that we're going into a golden age is basically saying like we're going to the age of Lucifer. We're going to this false light. We're going into this magical era where, you know, people like Marina Abramovich has already said Donald Trump's a magician. So the whole golden age thing, like people should really look into that because it has to do with the representation of the Order of the Golden Dawn with Aleister Crowley. It's wild stuff.
Best I can do is your sons and daughters die for Israel.
Crazy.
What a joke.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Mithra. Yeah, exactly.
I used to watch Pawn Stars.
I watched it for a while, but kind of got whack.
Then, you know, then I stopped having a cable TV subscription.
Yeah.
That's the only time you'd watch Pawn Stars was when nothing else was on.
Do you remember the other one, Detroit Pawn?
No, they have a Detroit Pawn.
Oh, dude, this was like, yeah, it was on True TV. Do you remember True TV?
Yeah.
It was on True TV. It was about like this this pawn shop in Detroit. It was obviously a lot of it was fake, but like it was like this Jewish family that like would fight with the blacks that were like trying to like bring their like N64s and like rob them, and like then there'd be like fights in the middle of the store.
Hey man, I'm trying to sell this gun. It only has 2 bodies on it.
Yeah, literally. Literally. Oh, it was so funny. We got to go back and watch that sometime.
Yeah.
Detroit Pawn. And the guy's name was Les Gold.
No.
You can't make it up, dude.
Less gold. He's giving you less gold.
Literally. But yeah, I mean, it's just we're living in such a time of slop. It's propaganda. It's because, you know, when people, it's an embarrassment to people's intelligence, because it's basically saying like, you will listen to us because you like shiny things. You know, oh, gold. It's the golden age. Oh, it's shiny. You know, it's just like, it's basically just like telling people like you're low IQ. Like we're living in a cardboard age. We're not even living in a bronze age, never mind a golden age. There's nothing golden about this at all. We're all broke. We're all hurting. We're going to war for Israel. We're allowing pedophiles to run our country. How is that golden in any aspect at all?
It's maybe gilded. A new gilded age.
Yeah.
Which, if you guys don't remember history class, Gilded Age ended in the Great Depression.
Yes. So, yes.
Well, all right. Back to the cut sheet. This is going to be more Fox News clips. This one's from Lindsey Graham.
Oh, God.
Before we get rolling on it, I mean, I just when I was a kid, I didn't know much. I used to watch Jon Stewart as a kid in about 4th, 5th grade. Started watching Jon Stewart. We used to have a TiVo growing up, and you know, we'd record clips of or not clips. We'd record whole shows of the Jon Stewart show, and he always called Fox News bullshit mountain. Obviously, he did that from a very partisan perspective, but the name still kind of holds true today. Here's Lindsey Graham spinning a yarn of bullshit on Fox News about why you should pay more at the pump to achieve Israel's goals in Iran.
This thing is over. to the American people. I know gas prices are high, and I know we're suffering right now. But you pay now, you pay later against thugs like Iran. They tried to get a nuclear weapon, and if you don't believe that, you shouldn't be allowed to drive in your hometown. Donald Trump stopped Iran from having 8 to 10 nuclear weapons by bombing their enrichment facilities. God bless you, President Trump. We were weeks away from a nuclear-armed Iran. No more. Everything has been obliterated. Their economy is in tatters. Their military has been decimated. There's more to do. If we can control the straits, checkmate against Iran, blockade plus, arm the people. And to our allies throughout the world who depend on the Strait of Hormuz more than we do, get off your ass and help us. This thing is over.
I'm sorry,
American
but
people, I know.
I'm sorry, I have to say this. Get this faggot out of office, like immediately. Like, why are these people have any power over us at all? Like, are we this neutered as American people? Our forefathers did so much more for so much less. Like, we need to do something. We need a solution.
It's so funny. He's basically saying you need to tighten your belt. You need to tighten your belt so that we can achieve these goals. If you don't think what we're doing in Iran is important, you shouldn't drive. All right. Everyone needs to tighten their belt with these high gas prices, and we'll get through in a couple weeks. I think this guy should tighten a belt, not around his waist, but around a different body part.
Exactly. Or we
right.
should do it at some point.
We're on YouTube, so I'm not going to tell him exactly where to tighten his belt. I mean, he probably already does that when he fucking
in the closet
jerks off to child material, but he should tighten it even more. Do all of us a favor.
Yeah, I mean, seriously though, like as Americans, like we need to have this discussion. Why are we not out in the streets protesting this shit? Why are we not letting our voices be heard? They're just gonna keep on putting the boot on our neck until we do something. Like it's just obvious at this point. Like I'm not saying let's take the violent way yet, but we at least need to let our voices be heard. We at least need to be blowing up these motherfuckers' phones every day. We need to be in the streets. Like they don't care. This guy's literally telling you, fuck you, pay more money, or if you don't like it, don't drive a car. No, dude, go fuck yourself. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I'm heated up about this, but like, what are we doing? Are we just being cucked by old faggot boomers that watch like child porn? Because I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm supposed to look at, I mean, I've like a pretty small, I have a 15-gallon gas tank on my car, but I'm supposed to look at $60, $70 every fill up on my car.
Same. I drive a Kia, bro.
Yeah. I'm supposed to look at that and also look at the taxes being taken out of my check.
We're not mad enough. We're not mad enough. It's just we're not mad enough. We're not angry enough. Honestly, we should have been angry at the point of they're literally hiding a sexual blackmail, satanic, cannibalistic death cult in our country. That should have made us mad enough. Like now they're literally telling you like, guess what? Take it deep. You're going to not drive your car. If you don't think we obliterated Iran, don't drive a car. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? What are you even saying right now? Like, how are we allowing this? Like, why are we not doing something about this? I really don't get it. Like, what's your answer here, Jack? What do you think?
I mean, I was talking about it last show. I think we need to form a coalition of single issue voters before 2028 or during 2028. We just need to form an anti-Israel coalition. We just need to be, ask candidates straight up, are you going to end the United States relationship with Israel? Are you going to pull all support away from the country that has pushed us into endless wars for the last 20 years? And if the answer is no, that they're not going to end that relationship, we can't compromise. we can't support them. I don't care if they have great policies otherwise, which, you know, Trump had some great policies other than the Israel issue, and we're not even getting reverse migration. We're not even getting a great economy.
Yeah, I'm gonna
This is
go.
not the golden age of small businesses.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little black pilled here, to be honest with you. Just how I feel this morning, and I'm not gonna, compromise how I feel. But I don't think we're voting our way out of this. I just don't. I don't. I think the system is completely rotten, and the tentacles are too strong around this government, and we need to destroy it from the inside. I think that we need to stop paying taxes. I think that we need to let the system fall in on itself and stop letting these people take our money to go and kill children. And we need to have real men and women rise up and stand up against this, because this is our final stand. And the more we allow them to develop the tech and the means to destroy us, the harder it's going to be to make that fight happen. I'm not saying go outside and start, violence, but at least we need to start protesting. That's the one thing. You could talk shit about the left all you want. And yeah, maybe most of the things are funded by NGOs and Soros or whatever. But some of those people actually just hit the streets because they believe in standing against tyranny. And yeah, they have a lot of other things fucked up, and we don't need to worry about those issues right now. We could down the road figure that situation out, but right now the most important thing is the American people come together, stop being divided by the lies of a fake government, because they both work for the same team. Okay, it's WWE. They're both on the same side. They just play this whole entire, oh, we're fighting against each other, we hate each other. No, they don't. They love getting money from Israel. They love bombing children. They love doing this shit. The coalition needs to happen outside of the government. The coalition needs to happen from organizing around our country and standing up against tyranny, because tyranny has now showed its face to us in so many ways. This should have been done during COVID, okay? When they're telling us to stand 6 feet away from each other and wear fucking masks. We should have gone out into the streets and said, no, the fuck we won't. Okay, we need to stop being played by these people on both sides. We need to stop falling for the theatrics. We need to stand up as American people. We need to know our Constitution and know why we have our Second Amendment to protect our First Amendment. Straight up. Because if not, guess what? Then we deserve what is coming to us. We deserve it. We deserve to be the little bitch being stepped on by the boot. We deserve to be the bootlicker. We deserve it. Straight up. Because if we don't stand up now, if we don't stand up today, we're fucked.
Yeah. It's with the Republican and Democrat party. It's just, they're taking turns where, one holds you down while the other one rapes you.
Yeah.
And then there's an election and they switch sides, and the other one's like, all right, it's your turn to hold the people down. I get to fuck them now.
Exactly. Exactly. We need to stand up against these people. We need a new party. We need a new government. Our government is not following our Constitution. It's clear. They're not following the Constitution. They are completely tyrannical at this point. This is like next level totalitarian shit happening to us. We talk about Iran, we talk about North Korea. They're doing it to us here. Worse, because what they're doing is they're protecting a literal cannibalistic sexual blackmail ring. Like, do we not have any compassion for the children that were slaughtered on Epstein Island, that were like battered and bruised and sexually destroyed by these satanic demons? Like, when do we stand up? When do we stand up? Do we just keep on letting them destroy our country? Do we just keep on letting them kill, maim people around the world in the name of imperialism, in the name of we need the oil, we need to have the strongest economy? Listen, our economy could be a lot better if we became isolationist, if we became nationalist, if we actually fought against the system that is trying to destroy us. It's our money, it's our talents, it's our treasures. Okay, they don't play God against us. We have a God. Our God gave us God-given rights. That's what the Constitution was written on. and we're being destroyed. And we need to stop with the fantasy of, oh, we can vote in this guy, or, oh, we could do this, or we could do that. Because yes, we can do that, sure. But it's going to take a long time to get rid of the grip that AIPAC has on our country. All of our constituents from the left, from the right, from each side are completely owned. We are owned by these people, okay? Israel owns our country. It's not an anti-Semitic thing to say. Israel owns our country. They're controlling our government. Donald Trump is a blackmailed goon, okay? And it's time to stand up. I don't give a fuck about these people that think that they're so righteous for standing up for MAGA and, well, we need to fight against the left. Go fuck yourself, okay? In my opinion now, you are an enemy combatant, okay? If you are allowing this country to be destroyed because you think, oh, we need to protect the country from the left or we need to protect the country from the right, you're both fucking traitors. Okay? We need to protect our country from the control that Israel has on it. And that's just plain and fucking simple. And excuse my language, and I digress.
Yeah. Next up, we have Donald Trump saying there was a poll that came out that Iran is probably his least popular issue, one of the least popular wars of all time. Probably, I think it's polling worse than Vietnam. And that's fake news. That's fake news. No one agrees with what you're saying, Anthony. Here is Trump talking about it.
Bad press. When you get only bad press, it's fake press. They give me fake polls. They tell me about polls and this. You know, it's interesting. They did a poll on the war with Iran, and they said only 32% of the people like it. Well, I don't like it, and I don't like war at all, but we're equipped better than it. We have the greatest military in the world. You saw what happened with Venezuela. You see what happens with everything. But they said 32% of the people are against President Trump. Well, when you explain it, like, is it okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon? It wouldn't be 32%. But even if you said that, there'd be a 32% because the polls are fake. I mean, they're totally fake. And when you take a look at what's really going on, the other day I made a speech in a great Florida senior citizens community, and I made another one at the Kravis Center, 2 in one day. It was wonderful. I go out and make
Yeah, you got to go talk to boomers, bro, because no one in Gen Z, even in Gen X now, Gen X and millennials, we don't give a fuck of what you have to say. Okay, you're a liar, you're a gaslighter, and we're tired of it. And you know what, Jack? I really think that the entire fake news thing, there's merit to it, obviously. We know about Project Mockingbird and all of these things. But I think that this was an MK Ultra tactic of making people think that anything that is said that is against this regime of what Donald Trump and his coalition are is fake, including people like Alex Jones, including people like us, independent journalists. They want to make everything that doesn't come out of Trump's mouth a lie, right? If it doesn't come out of his mouth, if it doesn't come from his coalition, then it's fake. And I think that they set this up with CNN, with Fox, with all of them, like, to come together and to actually put out fake news and to do these stories and to highlight these things. So people are like, oh, the news is fake. Oh, where do you get your news from? CNN? Where do you get your news from? Fox? No, motherfucker. I go and get my news from everywhere around the world. At this point in life, the politics in our own country are important. I'm not saying that, but geopolitics are the most important thing, because if you're following places like RT News and these other news outlets from around the world, you'll actually see what's going on, right? Because there's a propaganda machine that's in America to make the American people believe one thing. But if you go get your sources from other places, then you can actually create and form your own opinion on what's actually happening. And I'm not saying that Russia and Iran are not putting out their own propaganda. Obviously they are. But it's to look at every part of a puzzle and see the pieces and then understand how to put it together. You know, they don't want you to form your own opinion. They only want you to be in these echo chambers that whatever Donald Trump says and whatever the people that are connected to Donald Trump is law. And that's just not true. It's just not a fact. So anytime that he's like, oh, it's fake news, the polls that I'm seeing, everybody loves me. Well, no, in reality, everybody fucking hates you right now. You only have the little bit of faggots that are holding on to their grift with you. Everybody else in this world can't fucking stand you.
it's funny that he's downplaying a 32% negative against the war. He's saying 32% is an overestimation and that it's fake news. But I think we can both agree 32% being against the war is obviously an underestimation
Completely.
of the unpopularity of this war. So it's laughable he's calling even that fake news.
He has to.
He makes the point that 100% of people would be against Iran having a nuclear weapon. Yes, that's true. I think very likely. I mean, I think 100% of people are against nuclear weapons existing, period, but they exist. All right. And I don't think we should be preventing them from getting one no matter what the cost.
Well, you know who I think shouldn't have a nuclear weapon, and who also John F. Kennedy Jr. thought shouldn't have a nuclear weapon? Israel. Because they threatened the entire world with the Samson option. Why are we not going after their nukes? Why are we allowing them to have them? When they've literally just said, like, we'll literally pull the temple down on ourselves with everybody around us by using the Samson option. So if we're going to talk about nukes and who should have nukes and who shouldn't have nukes, it's either everybody gets rid of their nukes or it's a sovereign nation and you leave that sovereign nation to do what they want. Okay? These people are not going to attack us. And let's do a quick history lesson that we've done a million times here, gray area, conspiracy talks. Hamani had a fatwa saying it's against God to make a nuclear weapon. They didn't want a nuclear weapon. They had no pursuit of making a nuclear weapon. Oh, they're doing enrichment over 60%. They're doing this. You're being lied to. You're being gaslit by an absolute pedophile, okay? By a guy that shits his pants, okay? By a man that eats McDonald's every day, okay? How can you listen to this fucking clown at this point? Seriously. And I'm not a liberal. Oh, you libtard. No. I'm against both of them. If Iran shouldn't have a nuclear weapon, Israel damn sure should not have nuclear weapons because they are a threat to the entire world. They will collapse the entire world just so they can rise up. And it's not like something I'm making up. Netanyahu is saying it himself. We are the world power now. We are. Well, their shekel is beating the dollar. But guess what? In America, we're worried about China. We're worried about the yuan. Well, worry about the shekel. Worry about Israel because they're the ones that have the actual means to fucking destroy the entire world at any time that they want. They have the red button. They have the button that they can hit to go and bomb everywhere if they are threatened. So if we're going to talk about nuclear weapons, let's talk about Dimona. Let's talk about why, not Ben-Gvir, what's the guy's name? Ben-Gurion was staying up at night. This is actual reporting. He was staying up at night. He couldn't sleep until they had a nuclear weapon. And John F. Kennedy Jr. fought against that, and he died for it. He died because of that. One of the reasons, AIPAC and other things too, but he died for that. Okay. So the one guy that was actually for us, that was actually on our side, that actually want to stop these people from world conquest was killed because they stole our nuclear weapon plans and created the Dimona facility. Okay. But we're worried about Iran. We're worried about Iran having nuclear weapons. And we're not even at that point anymore. We're just at the point of we need to control the Strait of Hormuz. We need to go and take all their oil. We need to put them into the Stone Age. We need to give them the Libya effect. It's just bullshit, guys. It's just bullshit. We're being gaslit. We're being lied to every day. These goons are lying to you.
You ready for more bullshit? Here is
always.
Yeah, here's Trump. I guess this is where Lindsey Graham gets it from. This is Trump talking about arming the Iranian people, saying as soon as they have guns, they'll fight. Now, we did give them guns. We gave them guns through the Kurds.
And the Kurds stole it. The Kurds stole the guns.
They did not fight. They didn't fight. So we've already proven that when they get guns, they don't fight. But here's Trump with the same old stale propaganda from earlier this year.
Well, most of it comes back into the United States. Well, the people of Iran. So look, if they had guns, which they don't have, if they had guns, guns were sent and other people took those guns. If they had guns, they would fight back. I'm convinced of that. But, you can't have an unarmed population against people with AK-47s and stand there, even if you have 250,000 people. So, you started off by asking me, would I like to see them? And I'm very torn on it because they lost 42,000 people in the first 2 weeks. I don't really want to see that. They have to have guns. And I think they're getting some guns. As soon as they have guns, they'll fight like as good as anybody there is. But when you have people that are armed, most of it comes back into.
Yeah, 42,000 people did not die. That's complete lies. The people that died were literal Mossad agents and people that tried to burn down police stations, break in them, steal weapons. Once again, I hate to keep on making this point, but it's like if Antifa did that in Austin, what would happen? Our sheriffs would be riding horses, shooting them down with ARs. It's just it's ridiculous to keep on saying this stuff. And like you said, they gave guns to the Kurds and the Kurds stole them. Finally, the Kurds did something good. They finally aren't being raped like they always are and used. They just stole the weapons and they're like, fuck it. We're keeping it this time. You owe us.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about the Kurds. I mean, there are people with no nation.
Yeah, they're like this own little entity that's in between Iran and Iraq that we basically have used for so many different things. And then, they supposedly got gassed by Saddam with the weapons that we gave them. And that's how the whole entire Saddam situation happened. It's the same playbook over and over and again until the American people actually wake up, understand history, and see that they're being lied to. It's just going to keep on happening. It's just going to keep on happening. And I mean, literally, he talks about, if we give them guns and this and that. Iranian people have guns. They have guns. It's not a place you can't own a gun. They have guns. So why aren't they using them?
Yeah. And to back all of this up, we've got an interesting story from, I guess this was posted by APAC Tracker. Really great Twitter. Kind of game-changing organization, APAC Tracker. Are you familiar with them, Anthony? I imagine.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have posted this article from IsraelPalestineNews.org. I don't know how reliable they are, but it says Israel to pour $730 million into propaganda arm amid reputational crisis. First reported by the Jerusalem Post, a total of $730 million, nearly $1 billion, has been allocated to the National Public Diplomacy Directorate, known by its Hebrew name Hasbara, which oversees Israeli propaganda. This figure marks a sharp increase from the $150 million set aside the previous year, which had already surged to roughly 20 times the pre-2023 levels. Holy cow.
Yeah, of course.
So they've increased, I guess, since before 2023. It seems like they're increasing their propaganda funding nearly 100-fold.
Yeah.
Expect some of that slop on a Twitter post near you.
Yeah. Well, you have Ronald Lauder, who is the head of the World Jewish Congress, literally saying in a big speech that what we need to do is we need to increase propaganda. This is his words. Increase propaganda, and we need to brainwash. We need to brainwash the people that have fallen for the woke right and their lies to come back to being Israel's greatest ally. So these people aren't hiding it. This is one of the greatest things, and what I would suggest every person does if they want to show people this Israel problem and they want to show people this Zionist problem, just show them what comes out of their own mouths. Just pull up a video of Ben Gvir talking or Netanyahu talking or Ronald Lauder talking, Jared Kushner, any of these people, and just show somebody and say, hey, do you think that this is like a morally backed conversation? Do you think that there's a good faith in this or any kind of good direction in this at all? I mean, these people are saying we want to be world dominant. that an entire ethno-state of people are Amalek and they deserve to die, all their children, all their animals, that they need to be the leaders of the propaganda war, that people need to be brainwashed into believing that they're the good guys. Like, does that sound like people that we should be aligning with? Does that sound like some 1984 Brave New World concept of keeping people gaslit to be connected and spiritually bonded to a genocidal maniac state? I don't know. You tell me.
Right. Well, I guess next thing, I need to go grab a cup of coffee. I'm a little
Go for it.
spun right now. So
I'll keep it going.
Rex wanted he has this clip with Alex Jones and this Nick Fuentes guy. Who's he? Never heard of him. He says it's a long video. So I figure we can probably just play that and see. I don't really have any context for it. We'll see. Let's see. Nick Fuentes exposes the deep state's decades-long war to silence Alex Jones and how it perfectly illustrates the public's revulsion to the globalist, pro-Israel, global domination agenda. And this is about, it's a pretty long clip, but we'll play this and we'll get back to you after.
They rigged the court system every step of the way, and now Alex Jones has $1 billion debt. He's popular, he's competitive, but because of this political attack, he's got $1 billion debt. He's now insolvent. Is anybody going to buy him out? Who was going to buy him out? Who can buy him out? Who can swoop in like Larry Ellison did for Barry Weiss and give him his $100 million golden parachute? Who's going to make him the chair of a legacy Big Three network? Nobody. Nobody. Want to know why? Because his last name is Jones.
Now, I'm going to get more into this next hour because it's a lot bigger than just the Onion and the Democrats funding it and Bloomberg trying to shut us down and getting caught in court and all that. It's part of this larger plan to shut down the popular media because the bigger story is the corporate media is dead. And Nick Fuentes did a powerful 18-minute rant on this in post. We posted this to X and to Rumble tonight, clips from the show. I'm going to add the whole 18-minute clip where he gets into it all. But I'm going to play a shorter section of this, just a few minutes long, of Nick Fuentes talking about how this operates in context with InfoWars and myself. Here it is.
These stories are all unfolding simultaneously. I just cooked this up right now because I'm such a genius. 4 media companies: CBS News, Daily Wire, InfoWars, Candace Owens Show. CBS News currently has their worst ratings ever. Since Barry Weiss took over, their ratings have fallen off a cliff. They're firing veteran reporters because they don't agree on Israel. They chose a new news anchor. His name is Tony Dokapil, Jewish Zionist. He is the worst rated news anchor in history. Nobody respects him. That's CBS News. Daily Wire, you look at their Social Blade numbers, no new subscribers, no new views. Their revenue from subscriptions is clearly cratering, and there's another round of massive layoffs. On the flip side, InfoWars has just gone out of business because they lost a $1 billion defamation lawsuit against the Sandy Hook parents. Alex Jones had to shut down InfoWars last night. They had their final broadcast. It's being acquired by The Onion and Tim Heidecker. 4th media company, Candace Owens Show, she is being sued for defamation by Marine Le Pen, forgive me, Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron in France. And now she's being sued for defamation by the head of Turning Point security team. Probably more defamation suits are forthcoming. So you'd survey, this is very instructive. These are 4 media companies, 2 that are independent, 2 that are Jewish. Now, the Jewish ones are never going to go out of business. CBS News is never going anywhere. They're too big to fail. They're institutional. And what's more, they are part of a conglomerate. CBS News is under the umbrella of CBS. CBS is now under the umbrella of Skydance, Paramount, Warner Brothers. And that is owned by the Ellison family, which also owns Oracle, the software company, which is one of the big Silicon Valley big tech companies, and TikTok's US business. Okay? So CBS News is nested, it's layered in this Russian nesting doll of media conglomerates. Well, and even of business conglomerates, right? So it's Tony Dokapil under Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss at CBS News. CBS News is inside CBS. CBS is part of the Sumner Redstone Media Empire, which is CBS Viacom. That was recently acquired by Skydance, Paramount, Warner Brothers, which is now one of the biggest media conglomerates in the world. That is owned by David Ellison, son of Larry Ellison, who also owns Oracle, which is not even a media company, who also owns TikTok, who also owns a number of other companies. They have an interest in companies. He's a centi-billionaire, hundreds of billions of dollars. So you think CBS News is going out of business? Never. They're never going out of business. Same is true of Daily Wire. Now, Daily Wire, as far as I know, is an independent media company. They bought out all their original investors. And so they're, as far as I know, not part of a conglomerate. But you know that if Daily Wire is ever in trouble, just like Barry Weiss's Free Press, it will be acquired by Larry Ellison. It will be acquired by some other billionaire. They will get bailed out. In other words, the money power will bail out the propaganda complex. It's all about the money power. And the money power proceeds from banking, tech, government. There's a very sophisticated relationship between these things. Tech is supported by government contracts and research and development. Tech is supported by lending, which comes from venture capital, private equity, banking. Tech is also involved in the national security space that runs through the universities. It's a very institutional thing. It's a very spooky thing. Okay, we don't have to get into that, but there's this deep relationship between media and money. Money buys a megaphone. Institutional billionaire money buys the megaphone, which conditions the masses, which conditions the body politic, okay? So CBS News, Daily Wire, they're objectively, and think about it, these are ostensibly, okay, by appearance, nominally, they're in the marketplace. They're in the media marketplace. They're offering a product. The Ben Shapiro Show, 60 Minutes, the CBS News Hour, like ostensibly they're in a market where there is competition and price signaling and choice and all of these dynamics, and they're coming to the market with their offering. They're failing. Their offering is not good. Nobody wants it. It fucking sucks. Why? It's not honest. It's not compelling. It's not unbiased. It's not good. People are rejecting it because they don't like it. And yet, it's always going to be there because, again, the conditions of the media market are not the same in the other market. If people don't like Quiznos, Quiznos goes out of business. They have to close all their stores. They're not going to get acquired by some bigger fish and everyone's still going to eat Quiznos no matter what. Like, no, they just go away. Not true with media. On the other side, think of this. InfoWars and Candace Owens are popular. They're actually popular. They're actually profitable. Alex Jones has an unbelievably impressive operation. At one time, he was clearing, according to court documents, $50 million a year. is what they say. He made $150 million in 3 years at the end of the 2010s. He was popular. People like the show. He is getting shut down. Why? Because an activist funded a lawsuit against him, and the courts are rigged. The courts, which can be rigged through jury selection and because the judges might not like you, it's a rigged system. These activist groups with unlimited money found a plaintiff, filed a complaint. They rigged the court system every step of the way, and now Alex Jones has $1 billion debt. He's popular, he's competitive, but because of this political attack, he's got $1 billion debt. He's now insolvent. Is anybody going to buy him out? Who was going to buy him out? Who can buy him out? Who can swoop in like Larry Ellison did for Barry Weiss and give him his $100 million golden parachute? Who's going to make him the chair of a legacy Big Three network? Nobody. Nobody. Want to know why? Because his last name is Jones. That's why. Because his last name isn't Shapiro. His name isn't Weiss. That's why. Alex Jones is not going to get a golden parachute because the Texas oil money, the Gentiles, they don't work like this. They don't think like this. He's not going to get put in the game by a patriotic Gentile. And the same goes for Candace Owens. She is unbelievably popular, whatever you think about her. And I have my criticisms. I think some of the things she's put out is not true or reckless or whatever. But you cannot deny she is a phenomenon. She gets 3-4 million views an episode. Talk to any right-wing woman on earth. She's a Candace Owens fan. She's huge. And even people that aren't political like her, even people that are liberal like her. And you could say whatever you want about it, but it's just what it is. She's whatever you want to call that aptitude, she's got a talent for that. She's got the X factor. Huge success, hugely popular, raking in the dough. Same story. They're going to do the same thing to her that they did to Alex Jones. The Macrons are bringing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Turning Point USA, you can assume they're going to bring a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Probably they're fixing the algorithm on YouTube to suppress her content. And even though she's competitive, like
hate to cut him off. He's definitely going on a run there. But it's plug time. Unfortunately, we're at top of the hour here. We'll pick up where we left off with Nick there. Any thoughts on what he said so far, Anthony?
I mean, he's completely right. I mean, and not to go on an anti-Semitic rant here, but it's not anti-Semitic to say this, that Jews are tribal and they keep it within their community and they back each other and help each other. And that's how they've rose up the ranks, by taking over all of these entities. And the Gentiles won't help each other. He won't get that quote unquote golden parachute, Alex, because he is a threat to these people. As soon as he really started to change his tune on Israel and all this stuff, isn't it funny that all of it all came to be, because the attack is generally on that conversation is our breakaway from Israel, is our reliance to be bonded to these people. And Alex went against that. And finally, the courts and everything did what they had to do. I mean, this has been a long time running, and they've been working on trying to make it happen. But they really made it happen when he started whistling that tune. I mean, he has been talking about it for a long time. You can go back to the early 2000s during 9/11. He did say Israel had parts to do with it, and he has said a lot of this stuff. But yeah, once you really start talking about the elephant in the room, so to speak, then they're going to come for you. They're going to take away your microphone.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that this diaspora of people are able to stick together, and when they get success, they pull each other up the ladder. It actually is. It's sad that no Texas oil billionaire patriot has given him the golden parachute that a Barry Weiss or a Shapiro receives for what they do, which is arguably such a worse product. But Speaking of worst products and good products, rough transition here. I wanted to tell you guys about shroomforce.com. We were talking about 50 earlier. Now 50, the advantage of 50 is 50% off.com has some great supplement blends where you're able to consolidate products into one pill to save you money and achieve great effects. With the lineup we have on Shroomforce, the differentiator here is you have a single product, not a blend, in each of these options. The reason being is when it comes to lion's mane for your brain to help you learn things faster and acquire new skills, and reishi to help you sleep and reduce anxiety, and cordyceps to increase the oxygen carrying capacity of your red blood cells and give you a greater foundation for energy. The thing with these products is the studies show that they're most effective in high doses. So even though we have these compounds extracted in very pure and high dosage extractions, you just cannot fit all of these different products into one pill or one coffee product like you see with something like a Rise mushroom coffee. These need to be in single ingredient high dose extractions for you to get the actual benefit. So with these products on Shroomforce, we've read the studies and figured out the actual effective dosage you need in these products. So I definitely encourage you guys to go to shroomforce.com and check out some of the products and do your own research on them to determine if they're right for you. Like I said, a lot of us graduate college and we figure, well, we're done learning, and then quickly get smacked in the face with the truth that we all need to be lifetime learners. And as the world is ever changing, we need to continue upgrading our mind and changing. And that's where Lion's Mane comes in. It promotes something called neurogrowth factor in your brain. That basically is what allows you to form new connections between your neurons. When you have a thought in your head, when you think of a concept, basically your brain is made up of millions of neurons. And when you think of a concept, those neurons fire in a pattern. And as we get older, it's hard to create new patterns when those neurons fire and we learn new concepts. Neurogrowth factor, which is what is promoted by Lion's Mane.
And in a time where pattern recognition is so important, I feel like that is a key factor on what you need right there is the neuroplasticity and to build new bridges in your mind, to put these things together, to figure out that there's a common denominator, which is, it's the Jews.
But yeah, so shroomforce.com, really great. We've built some crazy discounts into the system. Sticker price, $29.99. Pretty good for Lion's Mane, pretty competitive with what you see on the market. That being said, if you get one, it's $29.99. But as you add more products to your cart with Shroomforce, the discounts start to get pretty crazy. If you get two things, it's free shipping. And then as you add more things, you get 30, 35, 40, all the way up to 45% off. This is a pretty generous discount where you get your unit price down to about $20 for a 30-day supply of some pretty powerful stuff. So I definitely encourage you guys to check this out and support the show. This show is sponsored by us, nobody else. Shroomforce.com onto the ungovernableproject.com. Is there anything in particular you want to show them in reference to the Ungovernable Project, Anthony?
Just go to the site. We'll just run it.
Yeah.
So I mean, first off, guys, if you're gonna support the company, what I would say, the skincare is obviously, a great option, but the most important thing for you and your family is to be eating the right food, to be getting the proper nutrients, and not to be using these toxic seed oils. I'm going to give you a quick history lesson. During, I forget what war it is. I think it was World War II. We had masses of amount of lubricant from the submarines. So what they did was they took the submarine lubricant and they created cottonseed oil. That's what Crisco was. Before Crisco came on the market, we were actually using animal fats. We were using tallow. We were using lard. We were using butter. The attack that happened to us is when they came. Of course, they're probably going to say it's fake, Snopes and all that. But when they came and they did this attack on us, this is when heart disease rose. This is when people had all these problems with autism and our brain failing and Alzheimer's. It's because we weren't getting the proper nutrition that our brain needs. We need to cook with the things that God gave us and put on the earth. And that's where at the Ungovernable Project, we believe that our grass-fed pasture-raised beef tallow is helping to fight against this system. We named this company the Ungovernable Project because we do not want to be governed by our bodies or our food by an entity that is trying to destroy us. So we took our health and your health back into our hands by giving you a high quality product. Go to the store and go look at any other tallow that's on the shelves. You're going to see it be yellow, goopy slop. It's gross. It's not what you think that it is. We have the pure white driven snow disco shit. That's not going to drip. That's not going to separate because we make it with real suet, the way tallow is supposed to be made. We also do have it for skincare, and it's incredible. Right here, I have the orange dream, and I'm going to give you an example of how much you need to just moisturize yourself or get rid of any ailments from psoriasis, from eczema. Put it on your face, put it on your beard, put it everywhere. It's incredible for you. It's non-cotomagenic, so that actually goes to your pores. It's not like these Rockefeller created petro lotions that people are putting on their skin that are giving them actual problems. We have our Sun Gazer that is the non-cancerous, non-chemical, mineral-made tallow sunscreen, SPF 25, made with coconut pieces, cocoa butter, and non-nano zinc oxide. So if you want a product that's actually going to give you results, if you want a product that's going to boost you and your family's life and longevity, go support us at theungovernableproject.com. It's www.theungovernableproject.com.
Yep, that's theungovernableproject.com. It's really delicious stuff. My favorite thing, we have a lot of the baking stuff, thanks to Anthony. He's dropped it off at the house, and my favorite thing to make with it right now is either potato croquettes, just deep frying cheesy potato croquettes.
Oh yeah.
Or I like to make this steak popcorn. Because a lot of the stuff you cook with this tastes pretty steaky because it's rendered beef fat. So I'll get some popcorn, I'll pop it in the tallow, and then I'll top it off with steak seasoning. And it's some delicious stuff for a movie night.
Actually, I have a video of us making the popcorn. I'm gonna post it on X right now. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, heck yeah.
You want to do
what's your
or it's Graffinati 19.
Graffinati
19.
Is that related to COVID-19?
Huh?
Is that related to COVID-19?
No, it's not. I made it before COVID. Let me see here. Videos. I'm going to show you guys, if you want to follow me on X, how we make our tallow popcorn. I suggest, you make a nice bowl of tallow popcorn and then you go watch Europa: The Last Battle.
I haven't seen. Is that a good documentary?
Oh, it's a great it's 12 hours long, so you got to watch it in pieces.
12 hours. Jeez Louise.
But yeah, definitely go check it out.
Is it just a 12-hour black pill, or it's like a movie you're not supposed to see?
It's not a black pill. It talks about the Bolshevik Revolution. It talks about the Austrian painter. It talks about the banking system and world Jewry and the control that it has. since, you know, a long time ago. It's a great video. Definitely suggest it.
Well, I'm sorry to deprive you guys of this charismatic young man that was on the screen earlier, Mr. Nick Fuentes. Never heard of this guy before, but
Me either. It's pretty good.
He's making some great points here. Wearing his James Fishback merchandise as well. I've liked what I've seen from the James Fishback campaign so far. Hopefully he's representing them well. We'll continue rolling the clip. He's talking about, if you're just joining us, the Alex Jones case and censorship regime that is being exacted upon him. And go.
Like Alex Jones in the market, even though she's profitable. Once again, a political attack from Trump, from the Macrons, from the social media algorithm. Her lawyer, her attorney that was defending her left because the attorney's Jewish, under pressure from Laura Loomer. Now she's looking for better legal representation, and they're going to bring her down in another political attack. And again, who is going to bail her out? You see the difference? So Barry Weiss, Ben Shapiro, not popular, not likable, not profitable, not competitive, always will be in business. The money is attracted to them. The money emanates from the Jewish fifth column in the center of power, tech, national security, finance. It emanates outward into these lesser organs. You can look at those like flow charts, the pyramid of like, you know, the banking clan is at the top, and then it's the businesses, and then it's the me. You know, it really does flow down like that. And on the other side, the actual compelling figures, the interesting people, the dynamic pioneers, innovators, the truth tellers, beloved by the people. Alex Jones is a cultural icon. Candace Owens is a cultural icon. They're archetypes. They become larger than themselves. They're being destroyed in political attacks. It's just attrition over time. You're bound to make a mistake. You're bound to say something you're not supposed to say, and they get buried under lawsuits, political attacks, censorship, political phenomena until they don't exist. And then their name is blotted from the history books, because those that survive, the Barry Weisses and Shapiros, they'll be here in 10 years. They will then tell the story, and they will either omit those names or they will write over them and say, Alex Jones, you know, yeah, he was funny, but he was a dangerous conspiracy theorist, and he was a joke. And, you know, he played stupid games and won stupid prizes. He lost this lawsuit because he wasn't careful. He was a dumb goy. They will then write the history books. And by the way, they've been doing it for 100 years. They've been doing it for 100 years. You ever heard of Sam Francis? At one point, one of the most prolific journalists in America at the Washington Examiner. But you want to know why you never heard about him? Because he got fired, he got censored, and then they blotted his name out from the history books. You ever heard of Joseph Sobran? One of the preeminent intellectuals, maybe number 2 in the country in the 1980s. You never heard about him because he started criticizing Israel. He lost his job at the magazine. They blotted his name out. And the same goes for many others. The same goes for many others over the years. Journalists, media figures, people on radio, people in the newspapers in the 30s, Charles Coughlin. It's happened to many others over the years. And that's just how it goes. So you think about those, you think about how that array, that matrix looks. You look at somebody like Barry Weiss, she's a fucking idiot. Like Alex Jones, that's like just to me the perfect comparison. Alex Jones is endlessly parodied, imitated, emulated. Everybody does an impression of him. Everybody thinks he's hilarious. He is an American original, American icon of broadcasting, a true original. Like you can't say enough about him like that. And he's being crushed under the thumb of this system. Nobody's going to help him out. He's going to start Alex Jones Network. Barry Weiss is this like pretentious lesbian from New York, She's a fucking retard. She's just as dumb as they come. So unlikable, so stupid, and she's running CBS News. That's your Jewish meritocracy that they want to. Why are Jews running the media? Because they were the middlemen in the Middle Ages, right? Because the Catholic Church outlawed usury. They're going to say something like that, right? You say, why is Barry Weiss running the media? And the Jews are going to say, it's because we're smarter. We're smarter than you, goy. It's because they're just so much smarter. It's because the stupid mud farmers in the Middle Ages banned the Gentiles from collecting interest. And that's why 900 years later, Barry Weiss is running CBS, right? Isn't that what they say? It's that Ashkenazi IQ. Even though she's an idiot, even though she's running CBS into the ground, even though the free press was a joke, she gets $150 million from her Jewish sugar daddy. And it's one thing after another for her like that. From the Shalem Center to Brett Stevens being her mentor to the seed funding from Lonsdale at the Free Press and University of Austin, right through to now CBS News, falling upward. And not one stop along the way did she need to have an original thought, a personality, an audience, business sense, anything, versus someone like Alex Jones, someone like Candace Owens. It could not be more clear. You know, same thing with Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro's a punk. Who likes this guy's a piece of shit. He's a smarmy, arrogant cocksucker, this guy. Everybody knows that. Know it all, above it all. Everybody, to him, everybody, you're an idiot. You're a moral idiot. Wagging his finger in our face. We need to support Israel more versus.
I think he makes an excellent point about meritocracy and contrasts the talent and value of what Alex Jones puts out there versus the competition. And I think it's great points overall. Along those lines, another thing Rex wanted to show you guys was a 4-minute classic clip of Alex Jones. More of what made him famous and led to his rise in popularity. A lot of the Sandy Hook people will say he built his platform off the backs of dead kids. Here's some of the stuff he actually built his platform off of. Ben Shapiro, Barry Weiss, Mark Levin, the rest of the, I guess, Jewish media would not be able to put anything out like this. I don't know exactly which clip we're showing here, but it's a classic. So let's check it out.
They call us biological androids. Ray Kurzweil and all of them. Zbigniew Brzezinski. You are a programmable guy that goes and watches Olympus Is Falling and believes all this and really thinks you're a hero. G.I. Joe, great American hero. Yo, Joe. You don't work for Joe. Joe got taken over. The G.I. Joe command base is run by Cobra. Do you understand that? And I use a child analogy to get through to you because that's your main programming template in North America. They're on record with that. That was all Pentagon directed. You understand? You work for Cobra. You dress like Cobra. You have the tactics of Cobra. You are Cobra. Hail Cobra. You want to be little boys? Or do you want to really join the Republic? It's all these stupid G.I. Joe movies and stuff where the White House is attacked. The White House is run by Cobra. It's run by Chaos. It's run by Spectre. How do you think MI6 that Ian Fleming wrote about, he worked for him, he was an OSS, where the robber barons are going to release a bioweapon to kill everybody? He wrote Moonraker in the 50s. That's the plan. Oblivion is the plan. Zardoz is the plan. It's the only plan. And you better pray to God they don't get this through. Because if Cobra, the snake, the devil, the Black Pyramid gets control, it's all over for you. So that's why it doesn't matter if they kill me. It doesn't matter because my family has no future if we don't beat them. Sure, what? I'm going to live another 5, 10 years, play ball with this, maybe 20? Play ball, think I'm part of the elite, live in some high-rise all guarded. When the bioweapon gets released, we'll all be dying up in that high-rise. I'll be on the phone going, I thought I was part of the team. These idiot operatives trying to discredit us online go, Alex Jones admits he's had family in the government. The proof, it's secret. I'm the one saying it on air. I'm the one telling you idiots. And I'm not going to say more because I don't want to get people in my family in trouble. The point is, the New World Order's real, you fools. They run little kids. They run the snuff films. They run the drugs. They run it all. And because you act like a bunch of naive chumps, this whole thing's going to come down on us. To every police officer in this country, to every FBI agent, to every Secret Service agent, you work for Spectre. You work for Chaos. You work for Cobra. How do they get power? They stage a terror attack using Spectre, using Cobra. Who is Cobra? Arms dealing, drug dealing, money laundering group wearing masks. They wear masks, ladies and gentlemen, because they're the corporate CEOs. And they're manipulating the governments against each other. Cobra runs the Muslims. Cobra runs the CIA. Cobra runs it all. Cobra is real. Haven't you people figured any of this out yet? The media will have a heyday with that. You can call it whatever you want. Cobra is in control of America. And Cobra says the veterans and the gun owners and the conservatives and the people that say there's a foreign New World Order banking takeover happening, they're saying that we're the bad guys. That's what Cobra would say. That's what Spectre would say. That's what Goldfinger would say, because that's who those people are. James Bond works for Spectre. James Bond is Spectre, is Cobra. They are the bad guys. And the local cop doesn't know that because you are just like the man in Oblivion. Go see it, and then you'll understand it. It's an allegory of what you are. It's an allegory of a program. They see you as a flesh and blood robot. They think you're a dumb animal that cannot get above the program.
Powerful stuff from Alex there. And like I said, that just contrasts real merit from fake merit in both the past and today's media. Another story we'll move on to is, I mean, they've long been censoring and manipulating who's allowed to speak in Europe. This is the current German Chancellor Merz.
Before you do that, I just want to say something.
What's that?
As we've been on air, Iran has actually sent missiles at UAE.
Really, I just saw that the UAE and Israel just recently announced a alliance.
Yeah.
And I was thinking in my head when I saw that news, there goes UAE. They're about to get missile striked.
Yeah, they did.
Now
it's happening right now.
All right. Do you know where we can see maybe some footage?
I don't know if they've hit yet, but there's warnings all over the UAE right now that there's an incoming missile strike.
Let me check Suleiman's page. Oh gosh, what's his last name again?
Ahmad.
So many Suleimans.
Suleiman Ahmad.
Gotcha. Yep.
You could probably just type in UAE in the search.
Good point.
Also, I'm sending you 2 videos for the next round of plug. Last round.
Bet. Let's see. So I'll just see if I can. Yeah, I'll just search UAE.
I'll just send you DM Bricks News.
Okay, perfect.
Here you go.
Yeah, so the UAE just hot off the presses of announcing a strategic partnership with Israel, they get bombed by Iran. I think they had to see this coming. Hopefully they've prepared for the eventuality. This was pretty foreseeable, so I don't imagine they're getting caught off guard with this stuff. Yeah, so this is from Al Jazeera. Their live coverage. UAE says air defense is targeting missile and drone attacks. So the attacks are ongoing.
Yeah, they're happening right now.
They're happening right now. We'll probably see some crazy videos.
Yeah, within the hour.
Pete Hegseth says the ceasefire with Iran is not over while they're launching drones at one of our critical allies in the Middle East. Adding that U.S. President Donald Trump will determine whether any escalation constitutes violation of ceasefire. I wonder, okay, let's see. Former Lebanese Prime Minister. Okay. I mean, the Prime Minister of Lebanon just wants Israel to maybe bomb his people a little less. That's why he's coming out against Iran. Israel extends detention of flotilla activists. I thought these were all going to be on the same thread with UAE. This is just their whole breaking news page.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think of Al Jazeera? Are they useful news?
I think they are. Yeah, I think it's not an American propagandized network, so you can find out some stuff that's going on geopolitically that's not biased. You know.
Someone in the chat says, Rex, you are being trained to be the new controlled op fed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm his handler, actually, guys. I'm a fed.
He calls him on the banana phone. Yeah, I mean, guys, I don't know what that is, but let me just say something. This is something that runs rampant in the truther community. Everybody's a fed but you, right? Everybody's a fed. Yeah, this guy's a fed. That guy's Mossad. This one's this. That one's that. It's like, dude, you got to at least have some sort of bearings to say these kind of things. Rex is literally fighting against the imperialism. He's fighting against genocide. He's standing up for like such noble causes. What makes him a fed? What fed talking point has he used? He's literally speaking against everything that the feds would want him to say. Like, just if you're going to say dumb things, at least have some sort of fact to back it. It's like we're literally like broke ass dudes trying to save humanity, give good products. Like, we're doing this all on our own nickel and dime. We're not being funded by anybody. Like, that's the thing. And people say the same shit about Alex Jones and say whatever, this one's this one's that. You don't know these people. You don't know the pressure they're under. You don't know the things that they have to do to survive. Like, Alex has pointed out the control of Israel a long time ago. Like, just because he doesn't say it every single day, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. Like, there's other people saying that, you know, like he's doing what he can for the greater good of trying to fight against this. But like, when people give this pushback of, yo, you're a fed, you're a fed, you're a fed, it's like, what are you doing? You're just on the internet saying that we're feds. At least we're out there trying to wake people up. At least we're out there trying to actually fight. You're just sitting there on your couch calling people feds.
And for those of us joining later today, we talked about this earlier in the broadcast. I'm filling in for Rex as he goes to see his sick grandfather. So your prayers are definitely appreciated. This isn't his grandfather, Dr. Jones, but his other grandfather, and he's going to visit him in the hospital with his sisters, and we really appreciate your well wishes and prayers at the time. My name's Jack Hemphill. I'm just
this guy is a famous comedian.
Filling in. Absolutely not a famous comedian. But if you want to see my Kill Tony clip, You can check out my Instagram, the Jack Hempill. But beyond self promotion,
You
it
gotta
looks like
have
so.
more confidence,
According,
brother. Have more confidence with it.
yeah, according to the UAE themselves, the sounds of explosions heard across their country right now are mainly interceptions rather than missile impacts. So that's good news so far. That being said, it's not going to be just interceptions for long. There are limited interceptors,
It's to
and
deplete that.
yeah,
the
it's going to
plan.
be pretty quick to deplete interceptors. And it's funny that the just a month ago, a lot
Wait,
of the
hold on.
interception.
This guy again. Wow, guys, funny you ignored the Freemason comments. Who the fuck is a Freemason, dog?
What Freemason comments? I don't know. It's Freemason comments. From what I know, like
He's saying
I
Rex
had
is
a
a
couple.
Freemason.
I had a couple of friends whose dads were Freemasons in high school and in middle school, and it just seems like some club where they go there and LARP in Fez hats.
Yeah, they're
And
faggots.
yeah, it seems
I'll say it. I don't
doesn't
care.
seem like they actually do much.
Yeah, I don't care.
Chase Geyser is a Freemason.
Whatever. Let him do
Supposedly. I don't know.
He'll
We're not
figure
going to
it
kick
out.
and block. We're not going to kick and block anyone.
No, we'll just point it out. Like, what are you
who's
talking
talking
about?
shit. I mean, that's the ultimate pussy shit. That's what I don't like about this Tim Heidecker guy. He steps into the arena to try and do this stupid InfoWar parody, and then he turns off his Twitter so that nobody can go and comment on what he's doing. It's kind of some pussy shit when you have shit talkers and you remove their ability to talk shit.
Well, he's hiding his pedophilic probably comments. The things that he said over the years, kind of doing like a Chrissy Teigen. You know, Chrissy Teigen, she deleted like 3,000 tweets about like pizza and fucking kids and all this shit. So he's probably just like, okay, I'm not going to delete all of it. I'm just going to lock it down. You know what I mean? I'm just going to lock it down completely. Let nobody see it. J-Dub, laugh my ass off. You guys know nothing. Okay, J-Dub, how about you come on the show and debate me? Tell me I know nothing.
I don't know.
I'll destroy you. I will.
Sounds like a waste of time.
Yeah, true.
Sounds like I don't know.
True.
Who is he? Yeah,
he's nobody.
Who am I though?
You are a famous comedian. You were on Kill Tony.
Yeah. All right. So this is breaking. The Ras Al Khaimah port in the UAE has been cleared of ships after the IRGC threatened to blow up everything in the port. This is a satellite feed of the UAE clearing their port of ships due to threats from Iran. Don't know exactly what you're looking at here. This isn't the advanced, awesome satellites of the U.S. Clearly, this is some other feed, but still pretty interesting stuff. What do you think the near future holds for the Emirates? Do you think that their energy infrastructure is going to be hit in the forthcoming strikes? Do you think Iran's going to hold back on that?
I'm praying Trump tacos out and he just like finds an exit ramp to get off of this horrible trajectory that we're on right now, because there's only two outcomes to this situation, right? It's the outcome of he has some sort of fake moral victory that he claims that, you know, we won and it's over, or we go into absolutely world economic destruction. Because just like Israel has the plan of doing a Samson option, I think that Iran has the plan of putting the global market into complete decline for years to be seen. And it's not just going to be in the UAE, because everything that happens in the Gulf affects America, affects Australia, affects Europe. So it's, you know, it's a losing situation no matter how you cut the cake, unless Trump just like, oh, we won and leaves. And that's the only way that things can go back to normal at all.
I think Iran's showing some restraint to an extent. I don't expect them to strike energy infrastructure unless their energy infrastructure gets struck. They seem to be responding in kind.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not. Can we maybe see what exactly? Actually, it's in the document on the new strategic alliance between
Israel and UAE.
Israel and the UAE. Let's see here. This broke pretty early today, around 2 a.m. And then it seems like they were subsequently struck soon after this. We'll go ahead and run the clip.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
We
for
didn't
them.
need to have sound on for that one, but so let's see. So yeah, they started. So they announced a strategic alliance where the UAE is going to start participating in attacks against Iran with Israel, and it seems like Iran's responding in kind to that announcement. It is a little cathartic to see these guys shaking hands with Netanyahu, all smiles, and then within a few hours after that, getting bombed for it. Not gonna lie.
It was a quick response.
Yeah, and it's a response to an actual intention of violence, unlike our fake news propagandic representation of Iran's intention to build a nuclear weapon. Obviously, that was not going to happen. They had an internal fatwa on the practice and had no intention of building a nuclear weapon. Now it seems, if we're imagining Iran as a rational actor, that the only thing protecting their sovereignty in the future is going to be the construction of a nuclear weapon. But earlier we were talking about the silencing of Alex Jones and the censorship of local media. Here is the Chancellor of Germany, Mr. Merz, basically advocating for the de-anonymization of the internet. Obviously, the only reason you'd want everyone's real name on their internet accounts is so you can arrest people for naughty thoughts and naughty speak. Let's see his justification for this disgusting policy.
Im Übrigen, ich möchte, da bin ich vielleicht, ich will nicht sagen allein, aber vielleicht in einer Minderheit. Aber ich möchte Klarnamen im Internet sehen. Ich möchte wissen, wer da sich zu Wort meldet.
Yeah, there's more government overreach.
Meine Damen und Herren, das sind doch häufig genug Leute, die im Schatten der Anonymität größtmögliche Transparenz von anderen fordern. Ich möchte, dass wir das auf gleicher Augenhöhe miteinander unternehmen.
He says it is oftentimes the people in the shadow of anonymity that demand the greatest transparency from others. You're in the government.
Yeah, right.
Excuse me?
Get the fuck
Excuse
out of
me?
here.
you're criticizing people for advocating for transparency.
You're supposed
I
to
mean,
do that.
obviously that's true, but when you arrest people for having the wrong opinion in your country, of course they're going to anonymize themselves in order to express those opinions. It's only people who are on the wrong side of an issue that advocate for censorship. I used to be a big Ben Shapiro fan. I fell into the Daily Wire pipeline when I was about 14, 15 years old.
Damn,
watching Ben Shapiro destroys liberals on college campus compilation. Ben Shapiro owns the libs, and it's, like a MLG edit. And all the time, Ben Shapiro used to say about libtards and woke people that the only reason you guys want to censor my speech is because you're wrong, and you can't defeat me in the marketplace of ideas. That's the only reason you'd want to shut down anyone's speech. And now
changed a lot about that.
These same people who were arguing against the woke people censoring speech want to censor everyone else's speech. What does that tell you about their reasoning? It's because they can't make an actual argument that defeats these ideas. So they want to de-anonymize the internet so that they can arrest people for having the wrong ideas.
Isn't that crazy?
Absolutely.
We live in some serious dystopian times, man. Like, it's becoming more of a factor of they're trying to silence us because we're right. It's becoming just an absolute fact that we, as people of the world, not even America, because this is a German issue as well, is they're trying to openly stop us from speaking the truth. And only their truth is what matters. And their truth is the lie that keeps the perpetual control over us forever.
Yeah. And it's continuing with the destruction of Europe. We have a Jewish rabbi at the WEF, for the Bill Maher-ites out there. WEF stands for World Economic Forum. I don't know if you saw him talking about that on his show, but without digressing, here is a Jewish rabbi at the World Economic Forum saying old Europeans must accept the new immigrants.
Your Eminence, especially in Germany, you are facing a rise of anti-Semitism, but we are facing this all over the world. So I would like to hear what is your perspective on this?
The 7th of October has created turbulence in the whole world. A tremendous rise of anti-Semitism, organized, state-sponsored, many instances, in universities, on the streets.
Sorry, it was echoing. I forgot to mute my mic, folks. But he says that October 7th has created a rise in anti-Semitism around the world. We all know it wasn't October 7th that did it, but it was the subsequent bombing and destruction in Gaza that has caused anti-Semitism. And it wasn't the actions of Hamas that has created anti-Semitism. It was people seeing videos of children being barbecued in Gaza that is causing anti-Semitism. It is seeing children being barbecued and destroyed. It is seeing them tell people, move south because we're bombing the north. You need to move south. And then bombing the south of Gaza after moving all the people there. It's their own actions that are creating anti-Semitism. And then it's the lies. It's the lies that they pay for in our media that we can see is clearly captured by them. And then them attempting to censor wrong thought and opinions against them that is creating anti-Semitism. It is their own actions rather than October 7th. But moving on with what he has to say, basically saying that old Europeans need to accept the new Europeans. We're going to send you to the meat grinder in Ukraine. We're going to rearm Germany to send you to the meat grinder to fight Russia. and then we're going to bring in migrants that stay home while you go and fight and replace you in the end.
Crazy.
And a rise of 500%, maybe some instances to 1,000% of anti-Semitic acts. And there has also been a reaction of Europe. I think the rise of the extreme right in many European countries is a response to the insecurity felt by the old Europeans, so-called old Europeans, regarding the new immigrants who came from the Middle East. So I think that fighting Islamophobia and anti-Semitism is an interest of both religions and both communities. And when we do it together, it's going to be much more useful. We have created under also the Saudi umbrella more than 10 years ago, the Muslim Jewish Leadership Council, and which was successful. And we believe that we have to go this way if we want to make sure that every European can live in peace and walk in peace in the streets.
Yeah, these people are completely using their victim card for a takeover of the American people. The Bolshevik Revolution is coming for America. It's coming for Europe. It's going to be catastrophic if we don't stop them. And you can't be scared to be called an anti-Semite because you're against what these people are doing. They're not even Semitic. They're from Japheth. They're Ashkenazi. The real Semites come from Ham's bloodline. So
it's just crazy. You need to accept Muslim migrants who are military aged men that just statistically have a higher rate of robbing, stabbing, and raping people in order for Europeans to walk the street in peace.
the Kalergi plan. You know
What
that
is what?
You know what the Kalergi plan is? That's what it is.
Really? Tell me more about the Kalergi plan.
So he was a famous writer, I believe, in like the 17s or something, basically saying that like we need to basically go to all these places, destroy them, and then mass migrate all of them to white nations. Jewish guy.
Where's Kalergi from?
I believe he's from Germany. This
Really?
is it. This is in Europa.
Okay, so 1917.
Look it up real fast. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Your Eminence,
I'm sure if I look it up,
especially in Germany, you are facing.
I'm sure if I look it up, it's gonna be hard to find real sources on it because it's just gonna say this is an anti-Semitic conspiracy.
Yes and no, because he wrote it in a book, so it's kind of hard to defeat.
Yeah. The Kalergi plan is a far-right anti-Semitic conspiracy that alleges a deliberate plot to replace white European populations with non-white immigrants. According to PolitiFact and the Institute for Strategic Dialogue, the theory is a form of white genocide or great replacement narrative. I like how they're calling the great replacement a
fake
conspiracy theory or a narrative when it's exactly what is happening in European countries around the world. I mean, I think by the year 2050, white people are going to be a minority in America. And we can see now that the most common name given to children in countries throughout Europe is Muhammad. So how can you call it a conspiracy theory when it's statistically what's happening? Are they going to do away with the census in the future?
Probably.
So that we don't see what's happening?
Probably. They want to like memory hole all of us from all this stuff. Clearly.
Well, here's our great leader, our local senator, Ted Cruz, talking about anti-Semitism. Before we roll the Ted Cruz clip, I got a bone to pick with him. About 15 years ago now, I was a Boy Scout. Didn't get molested, wasn't hot enough as a kid. But about 15 years ago, I was a Boy Scout, and I was working on my federal government merit badge or something like that. And part of the requirements for that is you have to write a letter to your senator. And I wrote a letter to Ted Cruz basically, I'm like 11 years old, just asking him like, hey, why do we have to do omnibus bills that are like hundreds of pages long? Why don't you, as a senator, propose bills like one-page bills on things everyone agrees on? Basically what Thomas Massey is doing now. I asked Ted Cruz, why don't you do this and save everyone time instead of fighting for omnibus packages no one likes? Like, why aren't we doing just simple one-page bills, knocking those out so that, you know, we can get to actual debate instead of wasting everyone's time? Something along those lines. I sent him a letter like that. He never responded to 10-year-old Jack. So it's fuck Ted Cruz for life.
Dear Ted, I wrote you and you still ain't calling.
Yeah. He doesn't care about what his constituents have to say. His constituents, as far as he's concerned, are in Israel. But let's see what he has to say about anti-Semitism.
And I tell you, there's a threat in particular that worries me deeply, which is we are seeing anti-Semitism rising across this country. About 10 years ago, anti-Semitism began rising on the left. And the Democrat Party leadership looked the other way and hoped it would go away. And it has all but consumed the Democrat Party today. Today, there is a very real pro-Hamas contingent in the Democrat Party, and the rest of the Democrats are terrified of the pro-Hamas contingent. Look at all of the so-called mainstream Democrats who took a pilgrimage to Manhattan to stand alongside Comrade Mandami. But listen, as Republicans, it's easy for me to criticize the Democrats. I'll tell you, in the last year and a half, we have seen anti-Semitism rising on the right. And we've seen more of it than I've ever seen in my lifetime. And there are a handful of self-appointed, outspoken influencers who are pushing anti-Semitism on the right, who are going on air and attacking Israel.
He's talking about self-appointed, outspoken influencers. What about the Israel-appointed, outspoken, boosted by billionaire money mainstream news people? How is that so much less problematic than someone speaking into the void and the people uniting together to support their message? He's calling them self-appointed. If they were truly completely self-appointed and there was no popular support for the opposing position to what he's saying, then no one would listen to what they have to say.
Pretty much, yeah. He says Christ is king is an anti-Semitic trope, so I don't really listen to anything that guy says. He's a Jew.
Yeah. Let's keep hearing what this Canadian-born traitor has to say, and this will probably be the final thing before we wrap up and do a quick plug.
Every day, attacking Jews every day, attacking President Trump every day. The single most dangerous one of all of them is Tucker Carlson.
Oh, God.
And Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene and a whole bunch of others, they have lost their ever-loving minds. But they are battling for the soul of our party and the soul of our country. And listen, I will say there has been no constituency in America that has been stronger supporters of Israel than evangelical Christians. Tucker Carlson has said on his show, there is nobody on planet Earth he hates more than Christian Zionists. And he identified in particular me and Mike Huckabee as the two human beings he hates the most. You know what? I bear his scorn with pride. Because I have resolved about a year ago that I am going to do everything I can to fight and defeat this poison, and we will not let it destroy our party or our nation.
All right, one last remark. Christians for Zionism, that's like chickens for KFC.
Yeah, it's such an oxymoron, dude. It's ridiculous. Like Judeo and Christian are like completely opposite sides of the spectrum. They hate Christ. They killed Christ. I mean, how is it even a conversation? I don't get it.
They were saying during Mom Donnie's campaign, they were saying gays for Gaza, that's like chickens for KFC. How about Christians for Zionism? That's like chickens for KFC. Anyway.
And it's super telling too that like all the patriarchs of that area in Israel wrote to Ted Cruz and to Mike Huckabee saying Zionism is a complete heresy. It's against the church for thousands of years. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, that should tell you everything.
Yeah. All right. So final plug.
I gave you some videos too.
Baby. What's that?
I sent you some videos for the final plug. So
okay, swag. I'll pull up your videos. For now, JonesCBD.com, age verification. Guys, if you're under the age of 18, get off the stream right now. Just kidding. But I'm over 18, so I'm going to click yes on that. We're at JonesCBD.com. The Ultra Chill. I've talked about the Dreamwave. I've told you guys how great for sleep the Dreamwave is. If you want to be locked in on your grind, all right, you need to check out Ultra Chill. All right, AM blend. This has caffeine, so definitely don't take it at the same time as Dreamwave. But you know, for your morning routine, I definitely advocate for for Ultra Chill. It's got the full spectrum CBD tincture, all the good stuff except for THC, as well as theobromine. And I believe, is the ingredients list on here?
Yeah, it's on a little bit.
Here we go. Yeah. So it's got I swear to God, there's more stuff than this in here. Hold on. I'm going to go get an Ultra Chill bottle from the kitchen. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do that the next time I'm on here, because I guess big ingredient highlight for this is theobromine. If you guys don't know what theobromine is, it's an alkaloid found in the cacao plant, as well as in chocolate. And it's similar in structure to caffeine, but it's not gonna respond to your caffeine tolerance, if that makes sense. So we all probably drink caffeine, several cups of it on a daily basis. I mean, this is my second cup of coffee for the morning right here. I'm gonna have a third when we wrap up. Theobromine being in this is nice because it gives you a similar boost to caffeine without necessarily being hindered by the fact that you're already drinking 3 or 4 cups of caffeine a day. This is just a nice booster to take. Obviously, with ashwagandha, you're going to mitigate those cortisol spikes you get from a hard day's work throughout the day. And then, yeah, I just definitely, you feel Ultra Chill when you take Ultra Chill. I definitely recommend you guys check out this.
I mean,
as well,
look how chill Jack is. It's like one of the
Dreamwave.
chillest guys ever.
I'm fat chilling off my Ultra Chill. But theungovernableproject.com. Our show is sponsored by us. Okay, this is Anthony's company right here. He sent me some cool videos.
Yeah, they're in the DMs.
That I'm going to pull up for us right now.
So yeah, I want to give an example of what Jack was saying before of how we make the popcorn. So I have a little video showing how easy it is to make some amazing grass-fed, pasture-raised suet tallow popcorn instead of the goy slop stuff that you're making popcorn with. We got some natural shells here, kernels, and tallow. A little ASMR video for you. Jack, how good is it?
I just know that's good, and I it would behoove you guys my little change to the recipe, since you're already kind of making it taste pretty delicious and beefy with the tallow anyway, I'd suggest putting some steak seasoning if you have some.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that
steak
for
seasoning.
sure.
I suggest that for the popcorn. I also have another video from Anthony.
You don't have to play that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
but go ahead and
go back to the website.
We'll go back to the website here, theungovernableproject.com.
So yeah, that's one of our products. That's one of our main sellers is our cooking fat. It's made with real grass-fed pasture-raised suet tallow from here in Central Texas. We only source it from ranchers that actually take care of their cows. They are regenerative ranchers, so that means that these cows are moving around all day, tilling the field, actually helping with the grass that they're eating. It's a symbiotic relationship that they have with the earth. We also make it with all of our skincare with real raw ingredients. If you want to scroll down a little bit and just pull up the Wiseman's Gift, down into the other products right there in the middle. That's the Wiseman's Gift. This is Rex's favorite. This is made with real frankincense, real myrrh, castor oil, and 24-karat gold flakes. And when I say real, I mean we actually take the sap from the frankincense that it's made, and we put it into the tallow and infuse it for hours upon hours, even days. So it gets the actual ingredients with the non-cotomagenic effect of tallow being bioavailable with your skin. You are getting the benefits of what this frankincense does. And what this frankincense does, it is antibacterial, antiviral, it's anti-inflammatory, and it's very strong in antioxidants. So this will boost the elasticity of your skin, making it tighter, giving you a more rejuvenated, younger look. It will help with the acne. It will help with anything from psoriasis and eczema and in between. We have thousands of testimonials from it coming, helping things like chemical burns. You name it, we have fixed it. If you go to the Ungovernable Project right now, you will actually see something pop up. It will give you 10% off, and we will be having a Mother's Day sale from Friday to Sunday on Mother's Day. We really do appreciate the support. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Jackie did a great job as well. Rex will be back tomorrow, and we have Anthony Aguilar on with us tomorrow, the Green Beret that was sent to Gaza to protect the aid stations, and what he saw was horrifying. So
I'm super excited for that Anthony Aguilar video. Was he deployed with that guy who got his arm broken?
No, they weren't deployed, but they are friends.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
the guy that got his arm broken, he was a Marine. Aguilar is a Green Beret. He was sent recent. This was a recent thing that he was sent. And he like flipped recently when he saw what was happening in Gaza. I'm not going to tell his story. You guys got to tune in tomorrow. It's going to be a tearjerker for sure. It's going to be a really powerful episode. So we will be back tomorrow.
Yeah, and before we go, in case you live under a rock, InfoWars has been shut down. They did their final stream. You can catch the Alex Jones show starting right now at alexjoneslive.com. Just go to watch live, and he's rolling right now. Anyway, thank you guys.
God bless everybody.
Rest of your day. God bless you, and we hope to see you again next time. Peace.
Peace.